Welcome to Knoxville, Tennessee, as the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers travel east on I-40 and get set to take on the Knox Webb Lady Spartans. My name's Jacob Vincent, joined by Noah McKay for this early season matchup of two undefeated on the season. The Knox Webb Lady Spartans 4-0 so far on the year, with wins against Science Hill, Elizabethton, St. Pius X out of Georgia, and Notre Dame. Their last win against Notre Dame, 50-39, their closest game of the season. For the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers, of course, 3-0 on the year. They beat a good York team on Tuesday last week, 51-33. Also have wins against McMinn Central and Stone Memorial. No, good early season matchup between these two sides. The Lady Cavaliers have to go on the road this time. They did meet two times last year in Cookeville, able to win both of them fairly handily.
Yeah, and it's a team that Cookeville has had success against in recent years. A good program here with Knox Webb, but another good test for Cookeville. They have a really nice early season slate. Tough games against McMinn Central. They get that win over York. They look very good to start their season. Another test here tonight against one of the top players in this state for Knox Webb. And I'm sure of two things. First, that we are east, not
Correct.
West of
Yes.
home.
Yes.
But secondly, somebody's getting their first loss tonight, and somebody's getting probably their best win of the season on the other hand.
Well, for the Lady Cavaliers, they handed Knox Webb their first loss of the season last year after also starting the year 4-0 last season. For the Lady Cavaliers, of course, they lost their first game of the season last year, so they're trying to continue their winning streak to start out this season. You mentioned one of the top players in the state here in this game, Mia Green, a four-star recruit rated by ESPN. She just committed to Clemson at the start of this season verbally, just a junior for this Knox Webb team, but she can fill it up and do a lot of good things out there on the court. This Knox Webb team also is a very young team. Mia Green is a junior. She is their oldest player in the starting lineup. They have three sophomores and a freshman post player who is also very talented that are their five starters in this game. So a team that also made the Division II Single A state championship a year ago, fell to a good Knox Catholic team, now back this year with the same returning five from last year.
Yeah, absolutely. This team has been young the past couple of years. They still are fairly young this year, but Mia Green, she can really do a little bit of everything. Can really fill it up in the mid-range. She can step out and hit the three, a good penetrator. We've seen her fill it up against several Upper Cumberland schools. And you're right, Division II 1A state championship game. It's not the toughest state championship game in the world to make, but they made it there, and they have a great shot at getting back there and maybe winning the whole thing this year. So anytime you're in that place or in a gym against a team that caliber, it's a great opportunity, and it's a huge opportunity for Cookeville to obviously get win number 4, to maybe move up in the UC top 5, and to really build some early momentum.
And I misspoke, it's Division II 2A state championship. Of course, for the Lady Cavaliers, trying to stay undefeated, being led by Carolee Gilbert and Allie Gillis here on the Hooper Huddleston and Horner Funeral Home. We'll step aside for the national anthem, come back with the starting lineups on the other side. You're watching Cookeville High School basketball, presented by Double Precision Landscaping and Lawn Maintenance on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present the Goff Ridge Resort at Center Hill Lake, featuring homes and large level building lots. Homes starting in the 290s and building lots starting at $42,900. The lots are soil tested and approved with utilities at the road and are ready for you to build your dream home. For more information, contact Realtor Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145. All Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. All Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. All Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back to Knoxville. The Knox Webb Lady Spartans hosting the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers. Appreciate you tuning in for the Hooper Huddleston and Horner Funeral Home pregame show as the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers look to stay undefeated on the season. A perfect 3-0 right now, taking it on the road here at Knox Webb. Starting lineups for both sides. First for the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers, a similar starting lineup. They'll have one with Kendall McLeod, one with Tania Dirksen. They're going to go back and forth between Dirksen and McLeod depending on what the matchups are on the other side. Here are the starting lineups. For head coach Jamie Gillis and the Lady Cavaliers, Carolee Gilbert is a junior wearing the number 1. Allie Gillis is a junior wearing the number 3. The senior number 4 is Macy Hudson. Charlie Roby, a junior number 30, and Tania Dirksen, a junior number 5, getting the start tonight. Talking with Coach Gillis before the game, saying Tania Dirksen's going to get that matchup with Mia Green. Dirksen, a very good defender, physical defender, and we'll see what she can do against one of the top players in the state on the other side for the Lady Spartans. For that Lady Spartans team, head coach Greg Hernandez. The head coach for the Lady Spartans will be the sophomore, number 4, Harper Ladd. The sophomore, number 10, Carissa Lowry. Another sophomore, 21, is Kaylin Taylor. Mia Green is a junior. She wears the number 24. And 33, a freshman, is Kendall Mays. Now, Kendall Mays brings a lot of size to this Knox Webb team. She stands at 6'3". She did play against this Cookeville team last year as an 8th grader. Now a freshman this year, and Coach Gillis says she's improved from her 8th grade year to her freshman year.
And she played against the Cookeville team last year that had Isabel Garcia manning the lane. This is a Cookeville team. Emma Cooper has this size, but isn't your traditional big. They have not faced a traditional big so far this season. On paper, could be the one weakness for this team because they don't have that post defender height-wise. Tania Dirksen, she's in the starting lineup tonight. Brings that defensive presence. She's going to have to defend Mia Green without fouling tonight. If she gets into quick foul trouble, it'll be Kendall McLeod, who committed to Maryville College. Congratulations to Kendall on that. But the defensive side of the ball is going to be really good for Cookeville. But for the Lady Cavs to get where they want to go, this is the kind of game they should win tonight against a really good Knox Webb team.
Allie Gillis will tip it away against Kendall Mays, and we are underway here in Knoxville. The Lady Spartans will have the first possession of the basketball game in their home white uniforms with green numbers and green trim down the sides. They move it on to the right wing. Now back top of the key, Mia Green. A zone defense look here for the Cavaliers early on. Trying to slow down Mia Green in the offense of the Spartans. They've really held this Spartans team in check the last couple of times, holding them to 39 and 40 points last season.
And it's a surprise. Cookeville, Jamie Gillis loves to play man-to-man, but a sign of respect probably to that interior presence to go into the 2-3.
And there's Green on the drive, throws up the floater. Mays tries to save it and will do so, able to stretch around Hudson and throw it off of her and out of bounds, and the Spartans earn themselves another possession here.
Yeah, that was just the wingspan coming to play where she was able to keep her feet in and save the basketball.
Inbounding the basketball is Lowry on the right baseline. Now on the drive from Taylor. Can't get it to fall. Mays fighting for the rebound. Gillis is in there, able to rip it away. And the Cavaliers now will have their first offensive possession. Ahead to Dirksen. Catches, kick out, Gillis. She'll take the 3 from the right side. That one's a little bit short. And Mays has the rebound for Knox Webb. Here come the Spartans with Mia Green. Across the timeline, right side, trying to drive on Dirksen right into the chest. Great defense by Dirksen, and Gillis has the rebound after the miss.
Yeah, great job by Dirksen. She has to defend without fouling tonight. She does it there and gets the stop.
Roby all the way at the other end. Nice jump stop, comes to a stop and able to make the shot. The first bucket of the ball game for either side, and Charlie Roby gets the scoring started for the Lady Cavaliers with 6:40 remaining here in the first quarter. Knox Webb trying to answer into the corner. Mia Green firing up a triple. That one's an air ball, too deep, and a rebound down to the Lady Cavaliers. And we saw this last year with Mia Green against the Lady Cavaliers. They just made her uncomfortable. She's missed her first 3 shots pretty badly.
Well, she's going to shoot it, and so if you can disrupt it a little bit, get her out of her rhythm, and maybe make it a difficult 20-plus that she's typically going to get, that's a good thing for Cookeville.
And a dangerous entry pass was deflected into the hands of Dirksen. She tries to drive, a lot of body contact, and a blocking foul is called on the Lady Spartans, and they're going to get Kendall Mays with it from the weak side, so Mays will pick up her first.
Well, and Cookeville would love for Mays to pick up a couple of early ones and get her out of the game. Be a big advantage for the Lady Cavs.
Back cut by Gillis, who gets inside with the left hand, up and in. Gillis, the leading scorer right now for the Lady Cavaliers, 15 points per game. She's been in double figures in all 3 of the first games of the season.
4 points in the paint already for Cookeville. That's a good sign. They're penetrating the lane.
Now on the left wing to Green again in the corner. Picked up by Dirksen. Into the corner, wide open for Ladd, a 3. That one's in and out, a little too short. Mays had the rebound for a moment, and then Hudson lost it out of bounds. And Knox Webb will keep it underneath the basket. First couple of subs will get set to come in for Knox Webb.
Okay, I'm doing the clock tonight for now. If it turns into a disaster, I'll take it off. But it's not official. It's not synced. It's just me. And I'm going to do my best. So
it's a lot easier when we're just doing audio for the state championship
I'd say don't
games.
get used to it.
Inside, Mays left-handed lay. No, Hudson, a great rebound, and that is going to be the second foul on Kendall Mays, trying to rip the rebound away from Hudson.
Yeah, that's big, because now coach has to go to the bench, and you get Mays picking up a foul on each side, and that's the mismatch tonight for Knox Webb. And now she's off the floor. Really good job by Macy Hudson to get the inside position on the box out and forces Mays to go over the back.
Zanaya Rocket, Ivy Napier, and Avery Green have all checked into the basketball game for this Knox Webb team.
That's an all-name team and a half right there. Zanaya Rocket.
A freshman for this Knox Webb team. Young team, but a very deep team. Inside, Hudson has great position on Avery Green. Goes up and finds her first two of the game. Coming off of a career-high 16 against York last week.
Couldn't ask for a better start if you're Cookeville. The mismatch is on the bench with 2 fouls. You're getting it inside, finishing, having had to hit a 3, and you got a 6-0 lead.
5:08 to play in the first. A 3 coming from the left wing. That one's off the mark from Napier. And Gillis has the rebound. Couple defenders back there with her. Roby able to keep it safely for the Lady Cavaliers. Now throws ahead to Hudson. She's open for a 3. Will fire it away and knock it down. It's a Gary Maxwell Insurance 3 for Macy Hudson.
And right now, Knox Webb can't buy a bucket, and Cookeville's getting wide open looks wherever they want it. Dream start for the Lady Cavs.
9-0 start for Cookeville here on the road. Knox Webb looking for some offense with 4.5 to play in the first. 3 from the left wing isn't there, but it's a weak side rebound. Loose on the ground, picked up by Green. Here's Mia Green out on the right wing. Dumps it down low to Avery Green. Trying to back down Dirksen. Baseline pass on the left wing. Shot coming from Rocket. That one's off the mark, and Roby's got the long rebound.
And the looks right now have not even been close for Knox Webb. Cookeville has them all out of sorts on the defensive side.
Dirksen, top of the key, trying to drive. Comes to a stop, spins around, throws it up, and gets the roll. Tanaya Dirksen, the junior, with her first bucket. And an early timeout by Coach Hernandez and Knox Webb. They trail 11-0 with 4:07 to play here in the first. Just a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it right here. A picture-perfect start for this Lady Cavaliers team on the road.
And Coach is not happy at all. And I wonder if they're a little bit surprised by the defensive look Cookeville's come out in. Cookeville is known to be a man-to-man team. Yep. They're doing it in state tournament games. Doesn't matter. They're going to play man-to-man. They come out in a zone, and they're trying to get to their spots, but you're not seeing those man-to-man beaters. You're not seeing screen and roll. You're not seeing any of that stuff out of Knox Webb. And right now, he's just hollering. I don't know if he's going to make the adjustment or not, but if Knox Webb doesn't get into that style of game, they're going to be way down and out of this because Cookeville dominating the first 4:07 of the game.
Yeah, and Mia Green is off the court right now. She's going to come out here. We did see her with a wrap around during warm-ups. It almost looked like a heating pad or a massager on her back. So you wonder if she's maybe not at 100% in this game. She is out. And I don't know if any of the starters are in the game right now. I think there are 5 bench players on the floor.
This is a message right now. He is not happy with the effort of his starters.
He also brought in Lorelei Lee, who's into the ball game. So 5 reserve players on the floor right now for Knox Webb. 3:45 to play in the first. A drive by Rocket underneath the basket. Got some good penetration, but couldn't get the finish. An offensive rebound by Napier. Pulls it back out. 3 from Avery Green. That one's off the mark. And another offensive rebound for Knox Webb. About the only thing they're doing well right now. Almost turned it over. Carolee Gilbert does take the steal away. Now 2-on-1. Bounce pass to Gillis. Goes up with a shot fake and finishes.
That was great body control by Allie Gillis in midair. She kind of contorted and held it just for the hezzy and then laid it in as the defender flew past.
Now back on the right wing it goes. Lorelei Lee back top of the key. Here's Rocket. Around the horn it goes into the corner. In the hands of Carissa Lowry. She's actually the only starter who's still on the floor right now for Knox Webb. 3 minutes to go in the first. 13-0 start here for Cookeville. Left wing pass for Lee. Bring it around the wing. Picks up her dribble. Good defense again from the Lady Cavaliers. Looking for help. Nobody's going to get there, and it is a 5-second violation. Lady Cavaliers force another turnover. Subs getting set to come in. Kendall McLeod for the first time for the Lady Cavaliers for Tanaya Dirksen. We'll take a rest on the bench.
Cookeville's playing great, and I do think Knox Webb was not expecting this on the defensive end at all. We still aren't seeing there's no screen and roll game. There's no flashing off the ball and diving in, a little give and go. Anything you would see against normal zone, they're not getting to that spot. They're running their man-to-man stuff, and it's just not working.
McLeod lost the basketball, but Hudson able to pick it back up. She doesn't have her dribble, though, so she needs some help. Able to get it back out to Gilbert on the left wing with 2.5 to play here in the first.
And I messed the clock up. I told you I was going to.
Great bounce pass inside for Hudson, but she can't get the finish. The rebound out of bounds is going to belong to the Lady Spartans going the other way.
We are right behind the home bench, and we can hear what they are saying, and he is trying to set the tone right now.
Knox Webb with the basketball. Still looking for points. Almost 6 minutes here into the ball game.
I mean, they're in a straitjacket right now. You can tell they just don't know where to go with the basketball.
This team, again, they're 4-0 on the year.
And pretty convincingly 4-0.
Yeah. They really haven't had a close game, had an 11-point win. That's their closest game of the season on the drive. Too short, got the offensive rebound is Rocket, and a foul. First foul called on the Lady Cavaliers is going to put Rocket at the line for 2 shots. And they're going to get Charlie Roby with her first. So Roby tagged with her first foul, team's first. Mia Green, Kendall Mays back at the scorer's table alongside Kaylin Taylor as they try to find the answer to this Cavaliers zone defense. Free throw no good from Rocket at the line.
Can I do something I hate? If you were officiating the JV game before this, I don't like you at all. I don't like you at all. 30 fouls called in the fourth quarter, it seemed like. The game started late because of that. Hated it.
It was not great. Free throw good, and that's the first point of the game for Knox Webb. Under 2 to play here in the first. Hudson in the left corner.
I just had to get on my soapbox for a second about that one.
No, it's
it was
warranted.
irritating.
Yeah, it was warranted. Here's Roby again. Now on the penetration. Gets in the middle of the lane. Nice move, but it's blocked away by Mays. Back into the hands of Roby.
Wasn't a close JV game either. All right, I'm done. Here we go.
McLeod. To Roby again. Gillis a back cut all the way to the basket into 2 defenders. Tries to go up with it, and it's stolen away. Nice steal there for Kaylin Taylor, who's back into the game. Now Mia Green in transition. Tries to dump it down low to Mays. Backing down Hudson. Poked away by Gillis, but still in the hands of the Spartans. Top of the key. That was a travel. They didn't call it. Kicking out on the right wing. Taylor, and able to knock it down. They take advantage of the missed call and makes it 13-4 with 1:09 to play here in the first quarter. Tonight, Dirksen back out there for the Lady Cavaliers.
That's where Cookeville's got to maintain that same level we saw him open the game with. We saw him surrender a lead against McMinn Central. Don't want to do that here tonight.
Dirksen 3 misses a little bit deep. 52 seconds to play in the first. It was 13-0. 4 straight points now for Webb. At the other end, Mia Green wraps it around Gillis and draws a foul. And will be at the line for 2 shots. Gillis picks up her first.
And that time, Green just showing off why she's so highly touted. She uses her speed, gets the one-on-one isolation, and that's where it's a tough spot for Allie Gillis because you want to contest the shot, but once she has that position on you, if you contest it, you're probably committing a foul.
First point of the game for Mia Green, who can absolutely fill it up. Again, a 4-star recruit. She committed to Clemson at the start of this season verbally. Just a junior, so still 2 more years of her high school career remaining. Second free throw in and out, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Lady Cavaliers. Looked like Ladd may have had a little bit to do with it for Knox Webb, but they say the Cavaliers got a hand on it last. 44.9 seconds on the clock.
Jamie Gillis asked who touched it. The official put it to Macy Hudson, and she let him know with a head shake that she disagreed strongly with that.
So Knox Webb still with it after the missed free throw. On the drive, pull it back out is Lowry.
And Cook was back in the man-to-man.
The switching man-to-man at that. Mia Green now on the drive to the basket. Left-hand lay is good. First field goal of the game for Green makes it 13-7, and just like that, it's a 2-possession game. 18 seconds to go here in the quarter. Carolee Gilbert has her pocket picked by Green. At the other end, kicks it out. 3 ball from the left wing on the way. That one's no good. And I was going to say, if there's no foul call on that, Charlie Roby got hammered and was hammered by Kaylin Taylor for her first foul. So Mia Green will check out and get an extra break here at the quarter break. 5 seconds. Cavaliers have to go the length of the court. They lead by 6. To Roby, races ahead. 3 seconds. Roby all the way at the other end behind the back. Puts it up at the left and a little too strong. Was looking for a foul, not going to get it. Our first quarter comes to a close. The Lady Cavaliers have a 13-7 lead after leading 13-0. You're watching Cookeville High School basketball presented by Double Precision Landscaping and Lawn Maintenance on the Watson Chevy UCR Media.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
At the end of one, the Lady Cavaliers with a 13-7 lead, but a 7-0 run by Knox Webb to end the first quarter. Cavaliers start out with the basketball first here in the second frame. Moving from left to right, Charlie Roby looking for Gillis on a flare. Finally gets it out to her, being guarded by Taylor. Gillis trying to get to the middle of the court, goes with the left hand, kick in the corner. Dirksen trying another three ball. That one doesn't get the roll. Much better looking shot that time from Dirksen in the corner. Now a chance to cut it within a possession with a made three. Here's Mia Green. A couple of crossovers, top of the key pass for Taylor. Give it back out, Lowrich will bring it around. First 3 seconds here in the second quarter. Taylor again with the basketball, being guarded by Roby. Now we'll back it out. Here's Mays in the high post. Looking down low to Green, handoff. Taylor going to take the three. That one doesn't get the roll.
Nice.
And the rebound down to Charlie Roby. Here come the Lady Cavaliers.
Good tip by Macy Hudson on the rebound.
Hudson trying to race to the other end. Splits two defenders. All kinds of contact. No call after the miss. Mays has the rebound. So now Mia Green ahead. Minute into the second quarter. Green all the way to the basket. A little too strong. And the Lady Cavaliers with it. Gilbert at the other end. Races past the defense and lays it up and in.
Great outlet pass from Allie Gillis. She gets the rebound. Eyes up. Carolee Gilbert just leaking out away. That's a cheap two, and it's a great two for Cookeville.
And that's what Carolee Gilbert can do. She can turn on the Jets, get ahead of everybody. Even though she doesn't have the most size, she can still finish inside. 6:33 to go here in the second quarter. Three coming from Taylor. They could use that one, but it doesn't fall. Gillis has the rebound. Cookeville back the other way. Here's Hudson again. Up ahead of the pack. 1-on-2 is blocked away. Great defense by Ladd, but she stepped out of bounds with the basketball. And Cookeville fortunate to keep it underneath.
Yeah, I like what we are seeing out of Cookeville right now. Those perimeter defenders, you get the rebounding, just fly out. Use your speed. It's one of the areas Cookeville has an advantage on. 90% of the teams in this state, their speed in the full court. Get out and run in transition. Three
subs come in. The inbound here to Dirksen, who's down low, trying to put on a post move, and she gets blocked out of bounds.
I don't know if that qualifies as a post. It's just kind of the shoulder shrug, shrug, and put it up.
Backing down.
It backed them down. There you go. Yeah, that's my space down there. We're a little picky.
But Mia Green, Kendall Mays back out. So is Hooper Ladd. Here's an inbounds pass to Roby, who couldn't handle it, went into her chest, and went out of bounds. So a turnover by the Cavaliers. Knox Webb has it back. 6:15 to play here in the second quarter. It's 15-7. It seems like Knox Webb has started to settle into this game a little bit more after that slow start.
Yeah, it was a blitzkrieg. They couldn't hit the side of a barn early on. Big credit to Cookeville's defense. Once they saw a couple go through, it's turning into the game we expected. We didn't expect it to be a blowout tonight.
Won by 15 and 20 a year ago did Cookeville. It was 55-40 and 59-39. Again, a very young team for Knox Webb last year. Still young, but even younger last year. A lot of freshmen and eighth graders on that team last year. Here is Taylor for a three try, a little too strong. Great rebound by Dirksen, and she is going to be fouled hard. I think they're going to get Avery Green with it. They are. So Green picks up her first foul. It's the team's first here in the second quarter. 5:42 to play in our second frame.
And that's Tanaya Dirksen's job. Go play really good defense, get that physical rebound wrestled away, and get the foul call.
Orlai Lee, Mia Green heading to the scores table. A turnover by Cookeville. And Knox Webb back with it. On the right wing it goes. Now on the penetration is Ivy Napier. Will kick it out to Taylor. Try to go up with a scoop shot. Couldn't get the finish past the defense. A little too short. Dirksen in the transition. Picks up her dribble. Looking for a little bit of help. Throws it to Roby on a back cut. Puts it up in the middle of the lane. Too strong off the window. Had Taylor right in front of her. 5:15 to play here in the first half. And a foul on the body. Carolee Gilbert's going to be picking up her first.
And he is rolling the subs for Knox Webb.
Yep. Rotates them very quickly. You've got 5 starters, but a lot of these players probably all play the same minutes. Just depends on who's finishing out the game. Mia Green is back in there. She inbounds the basketball here after the first foul on the Lady Cavaliers, and Carolee Gilbert picks it off, takes it the other way, lays it up to the left, and finishes.
She's so good, man. I mean, she read that the whole way, just kind of baited it, waited for it, and then just hit the gap and goes the other way for the easy layup.
Also averaging double figures to start the year, had 20 points in a win a couple of games ago. Here's Mia Green, the elbow jumper on the way. That one's a little too strong. Roby up there for the rebound, rips it away from Mays. 17-7, Lady Cavaliers back up by 10. Here's Hudson. Haven't had to get into the half-court offense a whole lot. Sadie Garrett, or I beg your pardon, Gilbert fakes the 3, takes it inside. Floater just misses off the right. Hudson rips it away, though. Gilbert looking for help, kicks it out. Here's McLeod on the left wing. Left-hand dribble, now out to Gilbert for a 3-try. Bingo! A Gary Maxwell 3 for Carolee Gilbert.
And Knox Webb has settled in, but Carolee Gilbert says, I don't care. We're going to go up by 13. That was a really solid possession, extended on a great save by Macy Hudson.
Yeah, they're back up by 13. They led this game 13-0. Now it's 20-7 after that 3 by Carolee. And all 7 points in the quarter belong to Carolee Gilbert. Tonight, Dirksen is back in for Kendall McLeod. Ball went out of bounds. Will stay with the Lady Spartans. 4:07 remaining here in the second quarter. Noah's doing a great job keeping the clock there on the
we're doing okay.
Scoreboard.
There's a lot of little adjustments happening over here.
Inside Mays, almost ripped away by Roby, but was strong with the basketball and lays it up and in for her first bucket.
And I love that by Charlie Roby because she's not going to block the shot. No, she's going to do is pick up a foul, try to get a quick steal, couldn't get it, play the next possession.
Had a head fake, now kicked it out to Gilbert. She tries to drive, pass fake, goes up, and a block out of bounds by a Rocket. A little bit of body, but a pretty good block otherwise. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Cookeville. 3:45 remaining here in the second. Gillis, a bounce pass into Dirksen. Gillis got it on the back cut last time on that play. Now she has it Green guarding her. Here's Carolee Gilbert. It was a really, really fun matchup with Allie Gillis and Mia Green last year going toe-to-toe, especially in Cookeville, and Allie Gillis got the best of her. Here's Roby on the drive. That one deflected by Rocket and taken away. Rocket will take it in the transition. Her eyes on Mia Green the whole time. Allie Gillis got a hand on it, and we have a jump ball call.
And they're letting them play in the low post. I mean, if you drive in, you better not have a faint heart because they are letting them on each side. There's a lot of body contact right now.
Kenna McLeod back in for the Lady Cavaliers. So is Ivy Napier and Kaylin Taylor for Knox Webb. Knox Webb keeps it on the change of possession. 3:18 to go here in the second quarter. Down by 11 are the Lady Spartans. They throw it into Mia Green on that right side, being guarded by Dirksen. Dirksen staying right in front. Green spins off of her with the right hand and finishes.
Good defense, better finish. Mia Green, really nice touch with the right hand.
5 points here in the first half. It's been a tough 5 points, though, for Mia Green, the junior. 20-11. Cookeville leads. Gilbert racing to the other side. Scoop shot, right-handed lay is good.
There's not a player on the floor that can keep up with Carolee Gilbert when she gets a head of steam right there. Nice feed and a better finish.
She's got 9 points all here in the second quarter. 22-11. 3 from Napier goes down. They needed that one.
Yeah, that's Knox Webb just got to start hitting those. They had some decent looks in quarter number 1 that weren't falling. The way Cookeville's playing offense, though, they're going to have to find a run here somewhere, and that could help them in a big way.
22-14, 2.5 to play here in the first half. Gillis now with the basketball. Gets to the elbow, picks it up. Hudson with a shot fake. Has Mays on her. Mays 6'3", Hudson not. Gillis. Handoff to Gilbert, trying to race past the defense, does so, trying to find Hudson cutting to the basket, and Mays is in there, but now Gillis the shot. Can't get it to fall. Rebound down to Taylor. Here comes Knox Webb on the right wing. Rocket will fire up the 3. That one no good. Great box out again from Dirksen, who hauls in the rebounds.
Yeah, they're doing a really nice job. Dirksen and Hudson each boxing out with a big size disadvantage.
McLeod was wide open at the other end, and Gillis was able to find her for the deuce. I mean, nobody was on her. She was standing on the block. Napier to try to answer, cannot do so. Rebound tipped around. Taylor's got it again. Right-handed floater too strong. Gillis fighting for the rebound, not letting Mia Green get anything easy. And Allie Gillis is going to be tagged with her second foul with 1:37 to play here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it won't surprise me if you see Coach Gillis take Allie out here for that next 1:37, protect that third foul. And here comes Charlie Roby for.
97 seconds to play in the first half. Both teams making substitutions. As Mays is going to come out and Ladd comes back in. So a little bit smaller now is Knox Webb. Inbounding Lowry. Out top, Mia Green. Picked up by McLeod. Crosses over, gets to the elbow. Jumper is good.
That's tough. That is a great look. Crossover. You better get a hand on it. Or if not, that's going through. She's really good.
24-16, up by 8 are the Lady Cavaliers with a 1:20 to go in the second. Gilbert on the left corner. Gets a screen. Now 2 defenders on her.
Oh, get her some help.
Trying to cross over Ladd. Inside. Floater with the right. Just misses. Long rebound out of bounds. It's going to belong to Knox Webb. They're going to say Hudson got it last with 1:09 to go in the second.
A good job to clog the lane there by Knox Webb. They got the ISO they wanted with the speed advantage, but once Gilbert got into the middle, she's looking at 3 different Lady Spartans.
An 8-point advantage right now for the Lady Cavaliers. 60 seconds to play here in the first half. Taylor around to Napier. Inside Green has knocked it down a couple of times from the elbow. This time she loses it. Gilbert's got it one-on-one with a little bit of help from McLeod. A pass fake to McLeod. She gets the rebound, can't get the finish. All kinds of contact inside. The ball goes out of bounds, and it should be staying with the Lady Cavaliers. Neither official signal, but they give it to Knox Webb. And they're trying to get Sadie Garrett into the game.
Yeah, and she was at the table way before, but the official was not trying to look at Coach Gillis because he wasn't confident on the call and missed it.
He was jogging backwards without helping his
and he did not want to look at he did not want to look at Jamie Gillis at all.
33 seconds to go and another turnover. Cookeville's got it. We'll see if they hold it this time.
Yeah, guarantee you go in with at least an 8-point lead. You get a bucket here. You're up double digits, a solid first half. Just trying to maintain where you are after that quick start.
Down to 18 seconds. Here's Sadie Garrett. Now Dirksen, 14 seconds. Carolee Gilbert with 8 seconds. Picked up by Ladd inside Hudson. Pretty good position, but she traveled with the basketball as she tried to gather it. Shuffled her feet. 4.4 seconds after the turnover, and Knox Webb will have it. Cookeville will bring a little bit of pressure. Green will inbound to Taylor with 3. Back to Green with 2. Green from half court on the way. Off the front of the iron. Looked pretty good. But Cookeville has an 8-point lead at halftime, 24-16. You're watching Cookeville High School basketball presented by Double Precision Landscaping and Lawn Maintenance on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
931 Sports Cards and Collectibles is your one-stop shop for sports cards, Pokemon cards, sealed product hobby boxes, and more. Whether you're just wanting some more memorabilia or you're a seasoned collector, the experts at 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles have what you need. Stop by 620 South Jefferson Avenue, Suite 208B in Cookeville from 12 to 6 Wednesday through Sunday, or 10 to 6 on Saturday to see their incredible selection. 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
When you order delivery from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium two-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home on Links Drive in Cookeville. With 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms at a prime location, this could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present the Goff Ridge Resort at Center Hill Lake, featuring homes and large level building lots. Homes starting in the 290s and building lots starting at $42,900. The lots are soil tested and approved with utilities at the road and are ready for you to build your dream home. For more information, contact Realtor Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
All Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. All Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. All Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Iron Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Iron Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear DJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
$931 Sports Cards and Collectibles is your one-stop shop for sports cards, Pokemon cards, sealed product hobby boxes, and more. Whether you're just wanting some more memorabilia or you're a seasoned collector, the experts at 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles have what you need. Stop by 620 South Jefferson Avenue, Suite 208B in Cookeville from 12 to 6 Wednesday through Sunday, or 10 to 6 on Saturday to see their incredible selection. 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome into the Happy Hiller halftime show. Our halftime score 24-16 in favor of the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers. Visit happyhiller.com for all your heating, plumbing, cooling, and electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. My name's Jacob Vincent, joined by Noah McKay. If you're tuned in on UCR, hit the share button, hit the like button, and let us know where you're watching from. You can also watch this game over on YouTube. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Got a lot of games coming up this week. We've got a big game coming up on Saturdays. The Macon County Tigers take on Melrose in the 4A state title football game from Chattanooga, 10 a.m. We'll go live at 9:15 Central Time coming up Saturday morning. And we're looking forward to it. Halftime score 24-16. Great half for the Lady Cavaliers. Got up 13-0, got up 20-7. And Knox Webb has been hanging around and making their runs, but nothing really closer than about 6 or 7 points.
Yeah, absolutely. A 13-0 start, very good, obviously, for Cookeville. Overall, the defense, solid. It has been much more balanced since that moment. Actually, it's a 16-9 run, so to speak, for Knox Webb. So if you're Knox Webb, you feel okay there at that halftime locker room, and especially depending on how this first couple of minutes of quarter number 3 goes. And if you're Cookeville, you feel the same. I really feel like if the Lady Cavs can get it to 10-12 and kind of hold it there, that'd be a nice, solid victory for them here on the road.
Allie Gillis picked up 2 fouls in the first half. Kendall Mays also picked up 2 fouls in the first half. The only 2 players in foul trouble right now. The Lady Cavaliers will start out with the basketball first here in our second half. 24-16, them leading. Here's Tanai Dirksen getting the start in the second half alongside the rest of the 4 starters. Allie Gillis, Carolee Gilbert, Macy Hudson, and Charlie Roby. Dirksen inside with a spin move. Can't get the finish, and Mays has the rebound. Here's Carissa Lowry ahead of the pack for the Spartans. Down by 8 points. Again, they cut it as close as 6. That's the closest they've been, other than when it was 2-0, 4-0. Top of the key, Taylor. Off to Lowry again. Asking for a screen from Mays. Now bounces it to her. Back cut by Taylor. Now Mays puts it on the deck, trying to drive inside. Left hand a little too strong. Good defense by Macy Hudson, staying straight up. Now Charlie Roby pushes. Off the right side, crosses over, gets inside. Now looking for help. Tried to get it out to Gilbert, and Dirksen picked it off. And now Gilbert has it, 1 minute into the third quarter.
And Dirksen saved a turnover by picking that one off.
And off Dirksen. Gillis to Gilbert. Down low, Dirksen got open, goes up, cannot get the finish. Just a little too strong. Really good play drawn, though. Now across the timeline, Taylor will move it to Mia Green. Picked up by Carolee Gilbert. Looks like Cookeville is dropping back in their zone defense again as they started the game off with.
Yeah, and you saw the confusion right now for Knox Webb because they just aren't expecting to see that zone deployed from Cookeville. It's thrown their rhythm off in the first quarter. We'll see if it works here in the third as well.
It's kind of a matchup zone. They're really focusing on Mia Green. They try to get it inside to Mays. Got pretty good position. She will be fouled, and Mays will be at the line for 2 shots.
And Cookeville's done a great job against Mays. They've had inside positioning on the rebounds. They've been able to get her a couple of quick fouls early on, but now she's still just sitting at those 2 fouls, and she is the one matchup that's tough because of what you just saw there. Just her size inside. Once she has that position, it's really tough to defend.
Mays, just her 3rd point of the contest. That's her first free throw. First foul called on Macy Hudson. First team foul on the Lady Cavaliers. Makes it 24-17. Second free throw on the way. The lefty a little too strong, and a good box out and rebound for Tania Dirksen again. Now looking for help. Try to step through a double team, and she stepped into a jump ball instead. That's where the size playing a factor here for Knox Webb. They definitely have a size advantage in this game, and we've seen it. They've dominated on the offensive glass as Kendall McLeod checks in here for Dirksen.
Cookeville's got to be a little bit careful. They blitzkrieged them early, 13-0, then went up 13 again in the second quarter. And right now, Knox Webb, for the first time, is potentially kind of starting to dictate how this quarter is going.
Taylor on the drive on Gillis, comes to a stop, back cut Green, couldn't get it to her, out to Lowry.
That being said, they haven't given up a field goal yet, so that defense is still there.
Mays, a jump shot, in and out, and Roby just threw it out of bounds to keep it away from Mia Green. Kind of had good position on her, was over the head of Roby. So Knox Webb again keeping it underneath. 5:57 to play here in the third quarter. Lowry trying to get it in. Up top to Mays. Goes up the left. May have been fouled again, but Allie Gillis was in there on defense. Stayed straight up, they say. Roby lost the basketball again, and Mia Green forces a turnover. Cookeville unable to get the basketball in their half, and Coach Gillis wants a timeout. I haven't seen her yet. She's trying to take the timeout and finally does. And it's going to be a 30.
Is very fortunate right now that the Lady Spartans have not finished inside well at all in this game. They are getting inside and they are missing everything. For the most part, especially that first half, Cookeville was very good inside. We saw Carolee Gilbert finish several times, Macy Hudson as well. That's been the difference in the score right now because for the last 2 minutes we've been playing on this side of the floor. They're getting inside and they're missing them. That starts to go. Cookeville's going to have to figure out a way to generate some offense of their own. 24-17 right now. First timeout taken by the Lady Cavaliers. 5:48 to play here in the third quarter. Lady Cavaliers have led all game long. Got up 13-0, got up 20-7. Knox Webb has been knocking on the door, but like you said, just haven't been able to get those timely finishes inside. Haven't really been able to go on that sustained run to really get back into the game. They're trying to hit a big shot right here. Down by 7 points. Going to throw it into the backcourt. Taylor tracks it down. Slowly walks it up. Poked away by McLeod as Cookeville back into the man-to-man. They've kind of been that switching man-to-man, so it kind of works as a zone. Gilbert almost picked it off. Down low, Mays is wide open on the baseline and lays it in. Not the player you want to leave open, and makes it a 5-point game, the closest they've been. 24-19. Now Gillis on the drive, spins into a double team, and Mia Green pokes it away. Here's Green in the transition. Looking inside, backs it out on the perimeter, picked up by McLeod, gets inside, pretty good defense. Kick out to Napier. Top of the key, here's Taylor. Trying to drive on Gilbert, goes right past her and lays it up and in for 2, and it's 24-21. I know she just burned one as they get a foul call there. If I'm Jamie Gillis, I'm considering another one because it's just not clicking right now for Cookeville. On the offensive end, they're just going too fast. They're trying to get that penetration game, but Knox Webb has done a really nice adjustment of bringing help when those drivers are coming in. That's leaving an open shooter if Cookeville can find them. We'll see if Cookeville goes to maybe a different 5 at some point and leaves 5 3-point shooters on the floor.
24-21 our score. 4:51 to play in the third quarter. The Cavaliers have not trailed. They have not been tied. They're up by 3. They've got the ball. Dangerous pass is picked off by Mays. Takes it herself to the basket and misses the lay-in, and Allie Gillis has it. Fortunate to keep a 3-point lead. Now Dirksen doesn't have numbers. We'll have to slow it down. 4.5 to play here in the quarter. Our second half today presented by 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles. There's Macy Hudson on the right wing. Roby, handoff. Hudson dribbling around, just kind of drawing some clock. That was deflected, so she can go in the backcourt and get it. Now left wing, Gilbert. Out to Roby. Crosses over. Mismatch with Mays. Bounces off to Gillis. Not a whole lot of movement right now for the Lady Cavaliers. Now trying to get it inside Hudson. Bounce pass to a backdoor cut to Dirksen, but she can't get the lay-in. Rebound down to Mia Green. Knox Webb a chance to tie. 24-21, they trail. Napier for the tie. Got it! Ivy Napier knocks it down, and they have worked all the way back from down 13 to tie it up. 24-24, 3.5 to go in the third. Macy Hudson with it, off to Charlie Roby. Now Cookeville looking for some points. They have not scored here in the second half. Led by 8 at halftime. Gillis picked up by Napier, into a double team again, trying to rip it away, and a foul is called.
Yeah, they could have called 2. And it gets a groan from the home fans. They fouled her when they came in to trap her, and then got another hold in. And Cookeville was fortunate earlier that Knox Webb kept missing good looks. They are not missing their good looks now, and Cookeville is trying to get it inside because that worked in the first half, but the adjustment by Knox Webb is kind of taking that away. We'll see if they can get back in there now with these two who just came out of the game.
Yeah, Mia Green and Kendall Mays both just came out, the two difference makers in this game right now for Knox Webb. See if the Lady Cavaliers can take advantage.
It's not like you're up 5. I don't get taking them out at all.
Macy Hudson, another dangerous pass inside, and another foul called on Knox Webb. So they just got Ivy. Now they're going to get Rocket with her first. Ivy Napier just picked up her first before that.
All right, Cookeville's got to find a way to get some points here. They just got a gift with those two players on the bench. We'll see how long it lasts for them. I don't know if it'll last very long, but they haven't had an answer, especially for the size inside here in half number 2. Now they don't have to deal with that. Let's see if they can get back in their offensive rhythm.
Allie Gillis just came out as well as Kendall McLeod is back in. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, tied up at 24. Here's Carolee Gilbert. Tonight Dirksen trying to set a screen. Gilbert doesn't use it. Kicks out on the wing. Deep 3 from McLeod, and it misses deep, but Hudson's got the rebound. Goes back up and cannot get the bucket. Out of bounds. It's going to stay with Cookeville underneath. 2:47 to play here in the third quarter. And again, no points for Cookeville yet. They got 9 from Carolee Gilbert in that second quarter. Outside of her, just 2 points. It's only 11 in that second quarter after getting up to a 13-0 lead early on in this game. Since then, the offense has been scarce. 2:38 to go in the third. Carolee Gilbert looking around. Defenders on her, out to Roby. And now Coach Gillis sparking out a play call. Crosses over into the double team again and almost turned over. McLeod able to go in the backcourt.
No.
That was deflected.
No, that's a terrible call. That's a terrible call. It was clearly deflected. That's a really bad call. No question about that one.
Okay.
That was blatantly deflected.
Well, they're going to give it to Knox Webb with 2:21 to go here in the third, and Allie Gillis is right back to the scores table. Tied it up at 24 apiece after trailing by 8 at halftime as Knox Webb. No Mia Green, no Kendall Mays on the court right now. She stepped out of bounds. There's your ball, don't lie.
Well, that's the other official who should have said something earlier saying, okay, we'll go the other way.
Kendall McLeod out as Allie Gillis is back in. Charlie Roby brings it ahead. 2:04 to go here in the third quarter. Good early season matchup between two undefeated teams. Carolee Gilbert off to Gillis. Thought about a deep 3. Now Hudson puts it on the deck. Out to Gilbert again. Trying to get past her defender. Goes around her. The scoop shot. Can't get it. Rebound. Picked up by the Spartans, and they've got numbers. Here comes Rocket. Ahead and knocked away. Roby now throws it ahead to Carolee Gilbert, who didn't come back, and so she's wide open for 2 points.
What a play by Charlie Roby. 1-on-3, finds a way to get the basketball back, and then Carolee Gilbert, right place, right time.
Got a little bit of help from Tania Dirksen from behind as well. 1:23 to play here in the third quarter, 26-24. Cookeville back on top. Haven't trailed yet in this game. That was the first time they had it tied. Here's Rocket on the left wing. Driving and lost it. That's Cookeville basketball the other way. And here come Mia Green and Kendall Mays. They'll also send Lowry to the table.
I can't believe they came out once they tied the game. I cannot believe it.
Told you on the way up here.
You did. You were spot
Some
on.
interesting rotations.
I cannot believe it. They may get away with it. Wow.
He does use about 9-10 players, trying to keep them fresh. That can bite you sometimes. Doesn't right there, but they are down by 2.
They were in a rhythm.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
it could have totally knocked them out of it.
55 seconds to play here in the third. Macy Hudson with it. Out to Gillis. Doesn't take the 3. Picked up by Mays. Gillis is going to try to go past her. Out to Gilbert. She will take the deep 3. Carolee Gilbert can't get the roll, but Dirkson's got the offensive rebound. Goes back up. Good defense by Mia Green. And then Dirksen commits a foul 80 feet away. So Mia Green able to secure the rebound. 38 seconds to go in the third quarter. Dirksen picked up the foul. It's her second. Make it first. Beg your pardon. And with 38 seconds to play here in the third quarter, Cookeville has a 2-point advantage. Carolee Gilbert, really tight defense.
She's got a couple fouls to give.
On Taylor. Now ahead to Green. 32 seconds. A drive by Taylor and cannot get the roll. Dirksen's got the rebound. Now she's looking for help again. Now just brings it ahead. Nobody in front of her. Kicks it out to Gillis. Was deflected by Green. Back out top, Roby. 17 seconds. You've got the ball. Hang on to it for the final shot. Carolee Gilbert out to half court with 10 seconds. Crosses and drives to the basket. Carolee Gilbert can't get the roll. Mays the rebound with 3 seconds. She'll let it fly. And just a little bit short at the end of 3. Cookeville barely hanging on to their third quarter lead. 26-24, just 2 points in that third quarter. Stick around, fourth quarter coming up next. You're watching Cookeville Basketball, presented by 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
931 Sports Cards and Collectibles is your one-stop shop for sports cards, Pokemon cards, sealed product hobby boxes, and more. Whether you're just wanting some more memorabilia or you're a seasoned collector, the experts at 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles have what you need. Stop by 620 South Jefferson Avenue, Suite 208B in Cookeville from 12 to 6 Wednesday through Sunday, or 10 to 6 on Saturday to see their incredible selection. 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Fourth quarter about to get underway here at Knox Webb. 8 minutes on the clock. 26-24 is the score. Cookeville leads by 2, a game that they have led by 13 at 2 different points, 13-0 and 20-7. Knox Webb tied it up in the third quarter. The Lady Cavaliers only 2 points in that third quarter, but it put them up by those 2 points. 26-24, Dirksen back out there for the Cavaliers. Here is Gilbert on the right wing. Around to Gillis for a deep 3 try. Bingo, a huge one, and a Gary Maxwell Insurance 3 for Allie Gillis. The team leader in scoring at 15 points per game. That gives her 7 now on the night.
And hasn't really found a good look from three-point land. They've been trying to get it to her, but she finally finds one and makes no mistake.
Mia Green, a one-handed pass, and they're going to get a push here on Tania Dirksen. I think it was more so Green was just trying to create the separation and kind of took her momentum, but they get Dirksen on the foul, and they call it her second. 29-24, a 5-point advantage for the Lady Cavaliers. 30 seconds into the final frame. Lady Cavaliers have played a really tough schedule to start the year. It doesn't get any easier. They get Farragut on the road next week on Tuesday, Oakland after that, and then Loretto to start their Christmas tournament after that down in Gatlinburg. Inside, Mays finishes through the contact.
And that Loretto game may be the toughest one of the bunch.
That Farragut should be pretty good, too. 29-26 now after the make by Mays inside. Hudson, I got a hand on it, too, I think. Here's Hudson on the right wing. She has hit a 3 back in the first quarter, but she usually doesn't take them unless she's wide open. Roby on the drive, and a foul. I don't know if the Lady Cavaliers have attempted a free throw yet. They have not. So this is going to be the first one on the night. And Kendall Mays is tagged with her 3rd foul now with 6:56 remaining. And Charlie Roby steps to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for the first time tonight. That's important because this is a team through 2 games had attempted 40 free throws.
Well, it's a Cookeville team that's been driving it a fair amount tonight, Jacob. It's pretty impressive that they haven't been fouled at all when they've driven the lane.
You said it earlier, they've been letting them play for the most part, and it's been going on both sides.
It has.
We have only had, 5 free throws for Knox Webb, 6 free throws for Knox Webb. Roby goes 2 for 2 from the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line and advances their lead to 5 again with 6:56 to play in the fourth. A little bit of pressure here by the Lady Cavaliers. Able to bring it ahead is Rocket. Left-handed pass to Taylor. Into the corner, Napier. She hit the big 3 to tie it up at 24 back in the third. Taylor brings it right side. Again, Mia Green is, she's still out there. Now inside, she catches it. Allie Gillis poked it away for a second. Mia Green able to pick it back up. Gillis tight defense on her. She is playing with 2 fouls. Green crosses, gets inside, right-handed floater, no. Mays the offensive rebound, back up and good. And Coach Hernandez wants a 30-second timeout to get his defense set up. Mays starting to come alive here in the second half. She's got 9 points, with 6 of those coming, 7 of them coming here in the second half.
Mia Green does not touch the ball anywhere near enough for this Knox Webb team.
It's a 4-star recruit.
I mean, and she's gone like 6 possessions in a row without touching the basketball. Because as you see there, she touches the ball, good things happen. Cookeville's got to be ready for her to touch it a lot more once you get down to winning time here. For Cookeville, different timing, similar script though to the McMinn Central game that we did. They had a 19-point lead in that one, surrendered it. I don't know if it ever got tied in that game. This one did. They showed the mental maturity to be able to kind of withstand that run and separate and get that win late. They're looking to do the same thing here tonight against another good team on the road.
Obviously got a big shot from Allie Gillis early in this quarter to extend their lead to 5, so they're starting to find a little bit more offense. That's been the biggest thing. Knox Webb's defense just turned it up a notch in the second half, creating a lot of turnovers, a lot of double teams, trying to really speed up this Cookeville offense. And a good job by Knox Webb. 6:22 to play here in the fourth, and they turned that into a full timeout, of course, after he signaled a 30-second.
Yeah, they're just doing stuff tonight.
Cookeville will have the basketball. 6:22 to play here in the final frame. They get it ahead to Roby. Kind of a soft pressure for Knox Webb on the inbounds. Roby will set up the offense. Here's Dirksen. Hudson on the cut. Now Gillis top the key. Back off to Roby. Trying to penetrate. We'll pull it back out and they'll reset. Hudson right side. She'll fire away another 3. That one just misses, and Mia Green's got the rebound. Picked up quickly by Gilbert. And now we'll back off. 5:55 to go. Down low, May somehow wide open but missed it. And the Cavaliers can't secure the rebound. So Knox Webb will keep it underneath. 5:50 to go in the ball game. Rocket will inbound. Bounce pass to Green is fouled and finishes. Tanaya Dirksen, the guilty party, picks up her 3rd. Mia Green, who has been held in check for the most part tonight, able to pick up, or finally go into double figures. She's got 11. And a chance to tack on a few more. Make it 12. Good 3-point play, ties us up at 31 again. 5:45 to go. Roby, handoff Gillis. Cookeville was so dominant to start the game, in due part to a lot of misses by Knox Webb. Off to Roby, and a timeout taken by Cookeville. It's going to be close to a 5-second violation. Lady Cavaliers going to burn a full timeout. We'll step aside with 5:34 to go in a tie ball game. You're watching Cookeville Basketball, presented by 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
5 minutes, 34 seconds to play in the ball game. Full timeout taken by the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers. Advertising spots for the 2024-2025 basketball season are available now. You can message the UCR Facebook page for more information. Got a pretty good football game, pretty big football game coming up on Saturday.
Could say that.
Macon County.
They're facing a really well-disciplined, totally, you know what to expect schematically team out of South Memphis on Friday or Saturday.
I think he's being a bit facetious.
Yeah, we got no freaking clue.
Literally.
Because they had no freaking clue. They got a really good player, though.
Yeah, they've got a 4-star running back who just committed to Texas A&M today, and he is legit. Here's a backdoor cut to Dirksen. Kick out Hudson. Big three on the way, and she knocked it. Macy Hudson, a Gary Maxwell Insurance three, and that was a play of beauty.
Jamie Gillis drew her up one. I don't know if it was her or Liv Shipman on the blackboard, but my goodness, what a play that was.
Napier misses deep, and Roby's got the rebound. Cavaliers have numbers. Gillis, bounce pass to Hudson. What a catch. Now trying to kick it back out, and she traveled. Lost her balance. Really good defense by Knox Webb to get back in time. 5:01 to play here in the fourth.
And that's when, in this spot, you probably say, hey, let's just pull it back out. We don't have to rush that pass into the low block. Let's get a good look. We're not going to kill the clock, but we're not going to try to rush a look inside.
Make sure you stick around for the boys' game coming up afterwards. Should be a fun matchup. One of the only 3 losses on the year for the Cookeville Cavaliers here at Knox Webb. A foul inside called on Carolee Gilbert, as Mays had it in the high post. Second foul on Gilbert. Foul trouble hasn't been an issue yet. They've been letting them play for the most part tonight. There's Mays, top of the key. Back to Napier on the left wing. Mays on the cut to the basket. Puts it up to the left and missed it. Dirksen had a little bit to do with it. Now Roby racing. Numbers for the Cavaliers. Bounce pass to Hudson, who lays it in with the left.
I'll tell you, Macy Hudson's having a really, really good game for Cookeville. She is one of those silent leaders for this squad, and they've needed every one of her points tonight.
And she's into double figures for the second straight game at a career-high 16 in the win against York. Here's a foul on a three-point shooter. Dirksen is going to pick up the foul. It's her 4th, and it's going to send Taylor to the line for 3 shots with 4:21 to go in the game.
And that's the jumping into the landing area foul there, where she jumped forward and no space to land. That's a foul.
And Taylor's first is up and through.
And Kendall McLeod to the table. And we haven't seen a ton of Kendall McLeod tonight. That's matchup based more than anything else. You'll see her kind of get the lion's share of the minutes when they need more of that offensive presence.
Now Dirksen brings a little more size, a little bit more physicality on the defensive side of the ball. McLeod brings a little bit more offense. 4:21 to play here in the fourth quarter.
So now Macy Hudson is your post defender. She's a good post defender, but she's got about a head and a half of a size disadvantage down there.
Kendall Mays is 6'3", and every bit of it. Macy Hudson, not quite so much.
They can't make it.
Roby turned it over, and a foul called. They called the foul on Taylor.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
So Kaylin Taylor is tagged with her second foul. I'm going to say kind of got the back of the neck on Roby, who was on the ground.
Thank you.
Yes. Second. Only 1 for 3 from the stripe there for Taylor as well. That's
huge.
Big.
And they've missed a bunch of free throws and a bunch of layups tonight.
Here is McLeod. Off to Carolee Gilbert. 4 minutes to go in the contest. Gillis guarded tightly out to Gilbert. Crosses and drives. Splits the defense. Throws it up. Missed it. Rebound tipped around. Gilbert's got it. Back out to Gillis. She's open. Flies it away. Missed it off the right side of the rim. And Taylor the rebound. Here comes Mia Green with 3:40 to go. Ivy Napier got loose for a 3 try. Count it. And a full timeout taken by Coach Hernandez in a 1-point game. 36-35 after the Ivy Napier 3. She's got 9 points with 3 made threes. We're back after this. This game presented by 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
When you order delivery from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium two-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
.337 to go in the contest, and how about Ivy Napier? 3 made threes. Did not start in this game, has come off the bench, but hit some massive shots for Knox Webb so far. Cut the lead to 1 for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, she's got a confident stroke, and you see a nice, unselfish play by Mia Green. She commands a lot of attention, and it's allowing for some open shooters for Knox Webb.
Out of the timeout, the Lady Cavaliers had a beautiful play drawn up last time. What does Coach Gillis go to here? Roby on the drive, kick out McLeod. Had an open look, and now out to Gilbert. Hudson letting the clock run down a little bit. Gillis will take a deep one. Off the mark, long rebound. Taylor tracks it down for Knox Webb. They've got a chance to take their first lead of the night. 36-35. Napier got loose again. That time she misses, and Roby's got the rebound. Stops short. Now looking to dribble to the other side. Able to get all the way past the defense into the front court.
That was awesome by Charlie Roby. The trap was coming. She sensed it and just went around the world the other way, using her speed to her advantage.
2:40 to go, and these two teams know how big of a matchup this is early on in the season. Those big building wins, if you're able to get it. Gillis, 5-second count is on. Kick out, Gilbert for a deep try. That one's off the mark. Hudson. And we've got a jump ball, and that'll be Knox Webb going the other way. With 2 minutes and 23 seconds to go. Important note here, 4 team fouls right now on the Lady Cavaliers. Tanaya Dirksen is back in. Only 2 team fouls on Knox Webb. So the next foul will send the Spartans to the line. 2:20 to go in a 1-point game here in Knoxville. Here's Napier to Mia Green. Rocket into the corner. Taylor. Mays trying to get loose inside. Off to Napier again, picked up by Dirksen, playing with 4 fouls. Rocket top of the key. Mia Green picked up by Gillis. They're going to let that clock run down. They can. They're only down by 1. You just need a bucket. Rocket drives inside. Open. Taylor on the left wing. That one almost wedged it. Mia Green fell to the ground trying to get the basketball. And a timeout taken by Coach Hernandez to keep possession and not turn it over. And they're going to take a 30-second timeout for sure this time with 1:46 to go in the ballgame. 36-35. If you haven't done so already, hit that share button. This one coming down to the wire. Of course, we'll have the boys' game coming up afterwards. You can also watch this over on YouTube. And we're on Facebook. It's your choice, really.
Any place. Take your choice. So maybe, the Roku and smart TVs, you got YouTube. Yeah. Either way, we're saying it's still us.
We'll be there.
Same stream.
I promise.
We figured that out.
Yeah.
Got the good equipment here.
Finally on Facebook.
We won't be on Saturday for some reason.
Probably not. 36-35, though. Lady Cavaliers have been clinging to a lead all night long. It has been tied. They've never trailed at 1 point in this game. 1:46 to go. Led by as many as 13 in the first half. Offense has been hard to come by in the second half. Taylor to inbound out of the timeout. Barely gets it into Rocket right before the 5-second call. They're on the right wing, and that one picked off by Gilbert. Takes it herself, and now will pull it back out with 1:38. Down low to Gillis. Oh, what a catch, but she missed it. Gets her own rebound and misses the putback. 1:30 to go. Knox Webb, a sigh of relief. Mia Green to Taylor. To Rocket, the freshman, driving on Dirksen with a 1:20. Back out to Mia Green. That's who needs to have the basketball for the Spartans.
She barely touches it.
1:15 to play. Cavaliers still with a 1-point lead. But again, 4 team fouls on the Lady Cavaliers. That one's off the mark, and Green lost it out of bounds. Oh, my goodness. I'll be honest with you, Noah. Mia Green had 2 hands on the basketball there.
You said it, brother. Great to be here in Knoxville.
65 seconds to play. Knox Webb, a gift.
I mean, so much fun out here.
Her foot may have been on the end line there. Here's Mia Green on the right corner. Going to drive on Hudson. Spins.
Oh, she's not.
Hudson knocks it away. Lost the basketball. 55 seconds to go. Roby picks it back up and back out top. Now on the left wing, Napier. One more pass to Rocket. Mays was open inside. They throw it in there, and she's going to be fouled, and that will be free throws here for Kendall Mays. That is not a bad foul whatsoever.
100%. Struggled mightily at the line in this game, and if you're Macy Hudson, you cannot allow her to get that inside position, and they called it on Dirksen.
Yeah, that's her fifth.
But if you can't allow whoever to get that inside positioning, because if she does, she's going to turn and put it in.
Did they call it on Dirksen?
They
called it on Hudson. Okay.
Yes.
So Kendall Mays will have 2 shots here.
Yeah, that would have been the wrong call.
And able to get the first one to fall. She's make it 2 for 3 now on the night.
And there's been a couple of times where Cookeville's been way too quick in transition. They've rushed some shots when they had the lead. Now they don't have it. We'll see if it's tied or if they're down.
Mays to take the lead for the first time tonight. And there it is.
That's clutch.
2 good free throws makes it 37-36. And a timeout by the Cavaliers. 39.8 seconds to play in the basketball game. The Cavaliers trail for the first time tonight. They will take a full timeout. We'll keep it right here with 39.8 seconds to play in a 1-point ball game. Lady Cavaliers have drawn up some really nice plays out of timeouts. Who are you going to here?
Yeah, it's interesting because the typical suspects, and Allie Gillis hasn't been able to get to her spot that much in this game. The book's out on her with Knox Webb. She tore them apart last year. So is it a Carolee Gilbert? Maybe a Macy Hudson. Had a really nice game so far. The penetration hasn't been there as much. Maybe a little dribble drive and then a kick out to an open shooter. See if Cookeville can get one of those plays drawn up here. Wouldn't surprise me. I think, Kendall McLeod is checking back into the game. At least she's standing up there. So get your best 5 offensive weapons on the floor if you're Jamie Gillis. And you don't want to hold here. You'd rather put the ball in their hands with a chance to beat the buzzer, give yourself an opportunity to extend this basketball game. So you don't have to go blisteringly fast, but you're not going to hold it for 20 seconds or so.
Knox Webb only has 2 team fouls. They have 2 fouls to give here. So if you have an open look for the Cavaliers, you can essentially tackle them. Obviously, you can't just tackle them, but you can foul them to make it difficult and run that clock down some more. Lady Cavaliers have the basketball. That timeout taken. They still have 2 timeouts remaining. 1-point lead for Knox Webb.
The clock on the screen is not official.
Yeah, 39.8.
It is not official.
Here in Knoxville. Allie Gillis will inbound in front of the Cookeville bench. Throw it into Roby. Lets the play get set. Down to 35. Crosses over. Roby driving to the basket, puts it up, missed it. Hudson the rebound, lost it, and Knox Webb has it with 25 seconds. Got a foul.
Yep. Don't want to foul her, though, but you have to.
And Mia Green will be fouled by Carolee Gilbert. So Gilbert picks up her 3rd with 21.9 seconds to play. Mia Green will go to the line for 2 shots in a 1-point game.
I think there's 2 possessions Cookeville will want to have back. The 2, they went off in fast breaks. It was well defended, and they just rushed layups that didn't go for them. They reset that back out, kill the clock, get a better look, maybe in a different situation. But as long as you rebound, you're not going to go down 2 scores here.
Mia Green so far tonight, 2 for 3. And she was way short on that one.
Big. 3 can win it. Got to rebound.
You'll at least be down only by 2 with a make here. On the way. And got it. 2-point lead for Knox Webb with 21.9 to go. Roby ahead, and another timeout taken by the Cavaliers. They've got enough to burn. They still have 1 remaining, even after this one. So another full timeout taken. We'll keep it right here. 17.6 seconds to play, and now a 2-point lead for Knox Webb. You don't need a 3. You could absolutely tie it up and extend this game. You've got some pretty good 3-point shooters.
At this point, with the way this game has gone, Cookeville wants a 3 and then to run to the bus and get out of here because they're fortunate it's only a 2-point game with the way the second half has gone. Knox Webb's played a really nice second half. They've missed a ton of bunnies inside. They've missed a bunch of free throws. Cookeville has not gotten anything working on the offensive side of the ball. What was the score? They had 24 at halftime. They've scored 12 in 2 quarters, which by this offense's standards is very low. Now, their defense has given them a chance here on this final possession potentially, but I'm looking for a 3. The interior defense is so strong for this Knox Webb team. You've got so many shooters if you're Coach Gillis. I'm looking for a 3 out of the Lady Cavs and see if you can steal this one back from the jaws of defeat.
To your point, Knox Webb 8 for 14 on free throws. Cookeville's only tempted 2.
I know.
And Charlie Roby made them both. Still only 2 team fouls for Knox Webb, so they can give 2 fouls before putting Cookeville at the line. 17.6 seconds to play. The Lady Cavaliers do have 1 timeout remaining, so does Knox Webb. Possession arrow is in favor of Cookeville. Gillis will inbound again from the Cookeville sideline to Roby with 17.6. Crosses and drives on the freshman. Gets inside, puts it up at the right, missed it. Rebound Hudson trying to go up, and they call a foul. Mays looked like she may have been pretty straight up, but it's going to send the senior Macy Hudson to the line in a 2-point game.
I got no look at that one. We're totally blocked out by the bodies inside, so he's got a better angle than I do. Macy Hudson with a big opportunity to knock him down, though.
8.7 seconds to play, needs them both.
And how about the rebound for Hudson again?
Missed the first from the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Now you need the rebound.
I think you make it and you foul.
Yeah.
You make it and you foul.
Yeah. If you miss.
Yeah, make it and you foul.
But definitely try to make, because then you would keep it a 1-possession game.
You foul as quick as you can, preferably 33.
8.7 seconds to play. Here's the second, missed it. Rebound, Dirksen, missed it on the way up. Hudson's got it again. She got fouled harder that time. They didn't call it.
But they get the ball.
But they do get the ball as it went out of bounds. 5.3 seconds, 2 misses by Macy Hudson. They do have 1 timeout remaining. It's a 30-second timeout. 5 seconds here for the Lady Cavaliers. Roby to Gillis. Back to Roby with 4 seconds on the drive. Had it knocked free. And Knox Webb's got the basketball, and they're going to win. A late turnover. Knox Webb ripped it away, and the Spartans win it 38-36. What a basketball game.
Yeah, a great basketball game, and a really good win for Knox Webb. And, you know, on the way here, if you would have said Cookeville lost by 2, I would have said, oh, that's okay. The thing that will sting is the way this loss happened. 2 13-point leads, including 13-0. Then you regain that lead after Knox Webb started to get it rolling. And just ultimately, got to give a lot of credit to this Lady Spartans team. A great second half adjustment made. They started to clog the lane. Cookeville didn't attempt a lot of threes. They didn't get a lot of good looks from 3 either. And the swarming defense of the Lady Spartans gives them a big win. First loss of the season for Cookeville. Certainly not a bad loss to lose to this undefeated team on the road, but one that they want to have back in a few different areas.
Knox Webb, after losing by 15 and 20 points to this Lady Cavaliers team a year ago, able to flip that and win a big second half and win by 2 tonight. 38-36. Here are the final tallies for both sides. For the Lady Cavaliers, they were led by Carolee Gilbert's 11 points. 10 points for Macy Hudson. 7 points for Allie Gillis. 4 of them for Charlie Roby. Kendall McLeod had 2, and Tania Dirksen had 2. On the other side for Knox Webb, they were led by Mia Green's 13 points. 11 on the night for Kendall Mays. 9 points off the bench for Ivy Napier. 6 for Kaylin Taylor, and 1 for Zanayan Rocket. Who you going for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game?
You know, there's a couple of different options in this game. Mia Green had leads them in scoring, but for me, Ivy Napier is the reason they got back in this basketball game. She came in, gave them a huge spark with those 3 threes, so she really propelled them into one of those timeout breaks and a nice come-from-behind victory against a good 4A team for the host school. So Napier will be the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game.
The Knox Webb Lady Spartans stay undefeated on the year, 5-0 on the season. Cookeville falls to 3-1. The Lady Cavaliers will not play for another week when they will go on the road to Farragut, another very good 4A basketball team. We will have broadcast coverage of it. Cookeville Cavaliers getting set to take on Knox Webb, one of their only 3 losses from a season ago. It came right here in this gym. We hope you tune in for it. We'll take a short break. We'll throw the intermission screen up on, or intermission graphic up on the screen. You see it right there. And we'll be back for the Hooper Huddleston and Horner Funeral Home pregame show coming up in just a little bit. Lady Cavaliers fall in game number 1, 38-36. Welcome back into the Hooper Huddleston and Horner Funeral Home pregame show. My name's Jacob Vincent, joined by Noah McKay as the Cookeville Cavaliers get set to take on the Knox Webb Spartans. Two very good basketball teams a year ago when they met. They split this doubleheader a year ago. A win here for the Spartans in Knoxville, a win for the Cavaliers in Cookeville. Obviously, very different Cookeville team that is now 2-1 on the season. For Knox Webb, they return about everybody from last year's team, only losing one senior from a year ago on a team that went 25-5. They fell to Brentwood Academy, a very good Brentwood Academy team, 63-48 in the Division II 2A state semifinals. The games last year, 64-60 in Cookeville, a win for the Cavaliers, 53-43 here in Knoxville, a win for the Spartans. In that game for the Cavaliers, they shot just 36% from the field and only scored 14 points in the second half. Really struggled offensively, really their biggest struggle offensively all season long last year on the team that made the state championship game. A development in this game for the Cavaliers. They are without one of their returners from that game a year ago, and Joseph Owens. Jaron Davis is the only player that played against this Knox Webb team last year that's going to be playing tonight.
Yeah, it's not last year. And let's just put it this way. Cookeville's got to play perfect, and Knox Webb's got to make some mistakes. That just is what it is. This is a D2 powerhouse, and it's a Cookeville team that is finding its way. It's a Cookeville team that is doing exactly what they need to early in the season. They lose to a Stone Memorial team. That loss looks better and better by the day because Stone's doing that to a lot of people with Cade Caps and company. They beat two teams they should beat, and now they really challenge themselves. And guess what? If this game is even remotely, this is a house money game for Cookeville. If it's even remotely close, everyone goes, hey, that was pretty good. Now, everybody that knows anything, right, statewide, who cares what they think? But for people who know what's going on with Cookeville and that they're in a kind of rebuilding, quite frankly, and trying to reload off of losing all that they lost off last year's team, if they keep this competitive at all tonight, fantastic. If they don't, who cares? This is a Knox Webb team that's going on to huge things this year. They can recruit here. We all understand that. So nothing to lose. If your coach tells you, say, hey, let's go put in our best effort and see where we are. Doesn't help that you're playing without Joseph Owens, but Cookeville's got to have that why not us mentality tonight and just go out and play basketball.
A lot of size on this Webb team as well. They'll start Owen Lentz and Jalen Pompey at the guard positions, and then Cam Swearingen, 6'5" wing player. Alex Leith was 6'4" a year ago. He is 6'7" this year, a forward inside, and Wilson Luton is a 6'4" junior wing as well. So they will send out there a lot of size. However, Taj Bowers, a very talented sophomore, is out of this game. Also for Knox Webb, so both teams missing players in this game that would normally be playing. And for the Cavaliers, we mentioned it, missing a starter in Joseph Owens as we get ready for this contest. The Cavaliers, 2-1 on the year, beat York 64-30 last Tuesday. 4 players scored in double figures, led by Jaron Davis, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals. He's going to have to do all of that and then some in the game tonight if they want to have a chance to win this one. Bryce Herron had 12 points and 6 rebounds as well. For the Cavaliers, though, they're starting to find their rhythm with the rotations out there on the floor. Again, this is a brand new basketball team. Returned 0 starters from last year's squad. Of course, Jaron Davis and Joseph Owens probably start on a lot of other basketball teams across the state, but they were the only 2 returners coming into this year. Seems like they're starting to at least find a little bit of a rhythm.
Yeah, no question. A very good effort against York their last timeout. And you talked about Jaron Davis. They need Jaron Davis to go ballistic tonight.
And he can.
I mean, they need like a 40-point game out of Jaron Davis. It's not a good matchup. It's not. That's okay to say. This is a tall team. Cookeville is not a very tall team. This is an experienced team. Cookeville is not a very experienced team. But can you catch them looking ahead a little bit? Potentially. We'll find out really early in this game. And as you said, they do have a kid that can go ballistic in the form of Jaron Davis tonight.
Hey, if you haven't done so already, please hit that share button. Give us a like, comment along with us. Let us know where you're watching from on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, you can also like the stream, and you can subscribe to the channel. Let's bring you the starters for both sides. First for the Cookeville Cavaliers, 2-1 on the year under head coach Matt Hill in his first season. It'll be a junior, number 4, Lane Garrett, getting his first start of the season. A sophomore, number 5, Jalen Dank. A senior, number 12, is Jaron Davis. A sophomore, number 14, Walker Redding, and a sophomore, number 15, is Bryce Herron. The lights fall, and the strobe green light comes on.
I don't think it was supposed to be strobing.
Yeah, that was stressful. Knox Webb 5-0 to start the season under head coach Ricky Norris. It's a junior, number 0, Owen Lentz. A senior, number 1, is Jalen Pompey. A junior, number 3, is Cam Swearingen. A junior, number 5, is Alex Leaf. And a junior, number 10, is Wilson Luton. And again, another team in Knox Webb that was young a year ago, still fairly young this year, but they've got another year under their belt. A team that made the state semifinals in Division II 2A a year ago and fell to a very good Brentwood Academy team. They have those expectations and then some coming into this season.
Yeah, no question. And this is a team that can win a state championship this year. They are that good here at Knox Webb, and they're well coached. They're well built, because that's what you can do here in Division II in Tennessee. And they do not have many weaknesses. Cookeville's going to have to try to find those few weaknesses that they have, see if they can exploit them, and have their superstar go berserk tonight, number 12.
Knox Webb has wins against Anderson County, Alcoa, Tyner Academy, St. Pius out of Georgia, and Cristo Rey out of Georgia as well. Their closest game against Tyner Academy earlier this season. I believe that was a one-possession win, and able to grind it out. Big size advantage for Knox Webb in this game. Walker Redding going to be relied upon heavily with his size inside, but again, not really a post player, but the tallest player alongside Jalen Dank. It is a very athletic Cookeville team, but so is this Knox Webb team. They're fun to watch.
Yeah, this is one of the best teams Cookeville will play this year. They don't have the superstar, the level that we saw a couple of years ago with the Blue kid and the Edwards kid, but they're very well balanced.
Tip is away. Jaron Davis wins it for the Cavaliers. They will have the first possession of the basketball game. Moving on the left wing to Jalen Dank. Gets it inside. Heron underneath. Kicks it back out top of the key for a Redding three. That one misses off the right side of the rim. Here comes Lentz with the basketball. Lentz to Swearingen, top of the perimeter. Now Leaf on the left wing. Inside, Swearingen on the left baseline in between two different defenders. Kicks it back out. Fake pass by Lentz. Now we'll give it off. Here's a three from Luton. That's up and through. The junior knocks it in for the first score of the basketball game. 3-0 start for Knox Webb. 30 seconds in. Now Lane Garrett on the right wing. Looks left side. Off to Jalen Dank. He'll try to drive, get stopped, now try to drive again. Spins around in the lane, puts it up at the right, and gets the finish. Nice move there by the sophomore.
Very nice take, and if you're Cookeville, be aggressive here. Try to get to your spot, see if you can see a few things go through, and then this is where they got to be good. They got to be really solid on the defensive end. It was way too easy of a look on the last time down. Things have got to be contested in the half court defensively.
Let's get past to Lentz, right back to Luton. Here's Lentz again on the left wing. Deep three on the way. That one's way off the mark, and Redding's got the long rebound. Now Jaron Davis picked up by Cam Swearingen. That'll be a really good matchup between those two. They played against each other last year in this matchup. Dank. The defender in front of him drives in, just scored a bucket, now kicks in the corner. Walker Redding fires up the three, knocks it in. A Gary Maxwell insurance three, and the Cavaliers have a 5-3 lead.
Stop the count. That was a really good shot there for Cookeville in the half court. No hesitation. Love it. Just trigger it. You got the look. Fire it away.
And the Cavaliers have been playing this zone all year long, and they're in it again. I know you can't see right now, but we'll let you know what's going on. A miss by Lentz from the top of the key and a rebound down to Heron. Here comes Jalen Dank again for the Cavaliers.
They're just trapped. Can't see over here either.
That one almost thrown into the backcourt. Jaron Davis with the basketball now. 6 minutes to go here in the first. Davis crosses over on Luton, trying to drive on him. Creates some space. That's a good box out inside, and Swearingen able to bring it down the other way now for Knox Webb. On the right side, Luton has already hit a three. Picks up his dribble, off to Lentz. Pass fake, back to Luton. Into the corner, here's Leaf. Now Pompey touches it for the first time. Bounce pass to Luton for an open triple try. That one's off the mark. Good box out by Dank on that right side.
I do like one thing for this matchup for Cookeville. It's going to be a very perimeter-heavy Spartans team, and that's where Cookeville has its biggest strength.
Jaron Davis hits a Gary Maxwell insurance three, and the Cavaliers build their lead to 5.
Yeah, I like that Cookeville's best chance to defend is out on the perimeter against shooters with their length all over the court. So far, good start.
Wide open down low, got loose underneath the zone is Owen Lentz for his first bucket of the game and gets within 3, 8-5, with 5:04 to play in the first quarter. Shavar Young went to the scorers table for Knox Webb for the first sub of the game, getting set to come in. Walker Redding to Bryce Heron now on the left wing. Back out top to Lane Garrett. Catches a pass, being guarded tightly. Inside, Heron got loose and lays it up and in. What a start for the Cavaliers. 4 different players have scored. They lead by 5.
Yeah, really nice play to get free in the inside and Cookeville working offensively, 10 points in 3 minutes or so. That'll play. And we haven't had a whistle in those 3 minutes and 20 seconds now.
Knock on everything around you. Owen Lentz, or Pompey on the left wing. Pass fake by Luton. Inside, down low to Swearingen. Almost blocked away by Davis. Got a hand on it, but he lays it in anyways.
And that's where
a timeout taken by Coach Ricky Norris. 30-second timeout taken by the Spartans. Don't exactly like how the game started. Swearingen got the bucket to make it 10-7. 2 subs come in the form of Houston Torres and Shavar Young. You might recognize that Houston Torres name, played at Cumberland County a year ago.
And it's interesting. I think you may see an adjustment defensively here for the Spartans, but they're starting to figure it out offensively, where the gaps are in the defense as Cook was really stretching the floor, trying to take the 3 ball away. It's allowing some free runners into the lane. So the Cavs are going to have to figure out how to help there on that weak side. That's where they're really picking apart the defense. So if they can get some help down there, they'll be okay. The problem is you do that in a team like Knox Webb, then we'll start stretching it back out for 3, so they can kill you in a couple of different ways.
Houston Torres did play this Cavalier team a year ago to open up the season. It did not go the Cumberland County Jets' way in that game. But he's going to see what he can do here with a different team.
He was the superstar for CC, and now he's got some help.
4:15 to play in the first half of the timeout. Davis kicking the corner to Dank. Being guarded by Torres. Inside, lost it, and turned over. Here comes Shavar Young. Young all the way to the basket. Davis can't get the block. Up and in by Shavar Young.
Yeah, if you go up for a shot or a pass, you better know where you're going with it. That's what got Cookeville in trouble on that last possession. Ends up being an easy lay on the other side.
Now a 1-point game, 10-9. Jaron Davis across the timeline, picked up by Young. Land off to Heron. 3:48 to play in the first. On the left wing to Dank. He had the first score of the game. Now Davis in the high post at the elbow. One bounce out to Heron and just had his pocket picked. And back the other way. Pompey will go up and he will lay it in for 2. And just like that, Knox Webb is on top.
Cookeville needs to take a breath right now. It's a 1-point game. You can't let them go on a 20-0 run, which they're capable of doing.
Davis open for a triple try. Ring it up.
Bang.
Gary Maxwell insurance 3 for Jaron Davis. His second of the game makes it 13-11.
Big shot. Now you take a breath on the defensive end. Settle back in. Turn it in. Just try to get him out there in that deep water. Turn it into a 4-quarter fight.
A lot of subs getting set to check in for both sides. On the left wing, pass to Torres. Inside, Young, kick it back out. Open look for Lentz. Doesn't take it. Now Pompey on the right wing. In the corner, back out to Young. He'll penetrate. Give it off to Torres, who will try the triple. And he can't get it to fall. Dank, a good rebound. Lost it for a moment. Finally able to pick it back up. Now Heron will give to Davis. 2:50 remaining here in the first. Good start for the Cavaliers. He was fouled. And they finally called it. Almost thought they called it on Davis there on kind of that second push-off. But Swearingen is going to pick up the foul. First foul of the game for either side. Brody Parsons, Bo Maxwell check in for Bryce Heron and Lane Garrett.
It says a lot about the strength of this Spartans team when a kid like Houston Torres, who is one of the leading scorers in the entire Upper Cumberland last year, is coming off the bench.
Yeah, he was a good player. Still is a good player. Here's Jalen Dank. Now Bo Maxwell for the first time off to Davis. 2-point advantage right now for the Cavaliers.
I think Jaron Davis better get ready to play 32 minutes tonight.
He spins in the lane, turns around, trying to create some separation and banks it in off the glass. He's got 8 points here in the first quarter.
Great job by Cookeville to relax after the run started for Knox Webb. If they can do that all night, they'll be just fine.
Back up by 4 now, and that Cavalier team, you can see it, that chemistry looking a little bit better. Shavar Young got loose. Walker Redding's got the rebound. Here's Davis now with 2:10 to play in the first. Across the timeline, Davis brings it up left side. Maxwell in the corner. He can shoot it, just hadn't been able to find his touch here early on in the season. Dank will drive in, lost his balance, got it back, goes up with a turnaround, a little too strong, fighting for the rebound, but it's taken out of there by Lentz. Comes Owen Lentz, a little crossover, and he will be fouled on the way up in the transition, and Owen Lentz will be at the line for 2 shots. Bo Maxwell going to be tagged with his first foul.
If you're Coach Hill right now, you're looking up at the scoreboard, say, okay, 151. Can we keep it about this range, even if it's tied right in that ballpark? Just fine, right? Same thing at the end of the first half, at the end of the third quarter, and into the fourth quarter, see what happens. You got enough players, you can make something happen here.
Lentz knocks down the first of 2 free throws. And Pompey is going to come in for Lentz if he makes this one.
And Cookeville's been pretty good in first quarters this year, Jacob. They were good in that, even in that first game that they lost against Stone.
They were tied.
Had a good first quarter, so we'll see if they can build on that here.
2 good free throws for Owen Lentz, makes it 15-13. He earns himself a break as Pompey is back in. 1:51 to go in the first quarter. Full court pressure here for Knox Webb. They have started to employ that after the Cavaliers got out to a pretty good lead. Lane Garrett will inbound. Off to Maxwell. Being guarded by Torres. Maxwell hits the deck, keeps the dribble. And up ahead to Davis. It was a good job to keep the dribble there.
That was a great play there. I'm not even sure how he did it. Spinning while falling down.
Maxwell trying to drive, bounce pass to Parsons, back out to Maxwell. He'll drive again, spin around to the elbow. Davis cuts through, Garrett catches the pass. 1:28 to go here in the first. Redding on the left wing. Picked up by Leaf. And now Davis with the basketball again. Couple of pump fakes, kick it out to Redding. He got loose, a three ball, just a little bit deep. Good look though. And now a chance to tie or take the lead. Here's Torres. Pompey, one more pass to Luton. A pass fake off to Pompey again. In the wing to Leaf. Baseline pass Young. Back out top. 1 minute remaining here in the first frame. One more pass to Pompey for a three try, and he banged it. Jalen Pompey has 5 first quarter points.
Defender got caught out in no man's land, kind of drifting with those perimeter passes on the other side. And again, just the reverse feed leads to a wide open three.
Knox Webb up by 1, 16-15. A back and forth first quarter. Cavaliers did build a little bit of a lead, but Knox Webb right back into it. Here's Redding now with 32 seconds. And a dangerous pass kept by Maxwell. Redding steps into another three. He missed it. Davis trying to get the rebound. It's out of bounds. It should. Nope. Okay. That is about the fifth time tonight.
Yeah,
that should be Cavalier basketball.
We got one official who's just not great at his job.
And we have one official who's talking to him who has officiated a state tournament.
And he is correct.
And he is going to change this call correctly.
Good job,
And
sir.
it will be Cavaliers basketball.
Good job. He's not having a good night.
23.6 seconds. The Cavaliers will keep it on that left baseline. Bo Maxwell will inbound.
And that's good officiating.
Correct.
I apologize, but that was good officiating. Get together and make the right call.
Yeah. Maxwell.
It wasn't that hard of a call.
Throws it into Parsons in the middle of the lane. Back out to Davis. A couple of defenders around him. Brings it back out. 18 seconds to go before the end of the first. He's got Leaf on him. So a little bit of a mismatch. Davis trying to spin. Lost the basketball. Stolen away by Swearingen. He's out ahead of the pack. Takes it in on Parsons. And a pretty good foul. Yeah, Parsons there not letting anything easy go up. And Cam Swearingen will have 2 free throws here with 5 seconds remaining in the first.
The words right in my mouth, Jacob. That's a good foul because it's going to be an easy 2. Now you make them earn it, and you have 5 seconds to try and get a rebound or an inbound and bring it up the floor and see if you can get a look.
So Swearingen at the line for a couple of freebies, able to knock down the first. It's also an offense for Knox Webb. They spread around the scoring. 5 different players already scored so far tonight. 4 different players have scored for the Cavaliers. Swearingen, second one, up and through. And now able to build on that lead. It's 18-15 with 5 seconds to play in the quarter. Checking in for the first time is going to be Javon Deary.
Oh, he was late.
And now they're going to bring in another sub, and Schuler Huck, a freshman. They're going to use almost their whole roster. I think there's only one player that has not played yet. Actually, 2
and
players.
This is a little foul defense here.
Yeah. 5 seconds, inbound Davis. Davis turns around from half court. He gets hit. They didn't even call the foul. They're trying to foul, and they didn't call it. And we have reached the end of the first quarter, 18-15. With a whistle? Was there a foul called? There was a foul. Wait. No, they're going to add time. Sorry. There was not a foul call. They're going to add time. 0.3 as the shot did go out of bounds. It's a lot of contact for no foul, though.
And it's going to be Cookeville basketball.
I'm going to say it was deflected last, so you can only run a tip play here.
This
is going to Davis or Redding.
Just chuck it up.
Once they get 0.3 on the board, they will be ready.
Got to be a tip. You can't catch and shoot here once it hits .3. And
they might not even add it because they know they can just, as soon as the ball's touched, it's not going to matter. So they're not even going to put it up on the board. And that's, I mean, you can do that.
Yeah.
Because as soon as the ball's touched, it's not going to matter.
We won't tell anybody.
Tip play, and it's tipped out of there. So now we have reached the end of the first, and it's 18-15 in favor of Knox Webb. Our broadcast today presented by Double Precision Landscaping and Lawn Maintenance on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present the Goff Ridge Resort at Center Hill Lake, featuring homes and large level building lots. Homes starting in the 290s and building lots starting at $42,900. The lots are soil tested and approved with utilities at the road and are ready for you to build your dream home. For more information, contact Realtor Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
At the end of one, Cookeville trails 18-15, but really a pretty good quarter of basketball for the Cookeville Cavaliers. This is a very, very good Knox Webb team, and the Cavaliers are within a possession.
And they did it with, and Jaron Davis had a good quarter, but he didn't have to be overly dominant in that quarter. Now, the problem is they had that little early lead, and then we saw the Spartans starting to get to their spots, and the looks for Cookeville started to become tougher. Cookeville's going to have to continue to get those good looks and make the tough ones fall through, because you're just not going to hold an offense like this down for long. They're going to get up into the 70s, potentially into the 80s, so you got to be ready for that here for 4 quarters.
Yeah, it's a Knox Webb team that has all kinds of shooters. They can obviously defend the basketball as well, so they get into you on that side of the half. It'll be Knox Webb basketball to start the second quarter. 8 minutes on the clock and a 3-point advantage. Luton will inbound. Pompey will bring it ahead. Again, still that zone defense for the Cavaliers, trying to slow down any penetration and really trying to make them shoot over the top. They've gotten inside of it a couple of times on that baseline side. Here's Pompey on the drive, down to Swearingen, who rises and slams it down. And yes, this is a very athletic Knox Webb team. They've got a few guys that can do that.
Well, the nature of the zone, when you have somebody in the corner like a shooter, and you drive down the opposite end and somebody drives the other side of the paint, they're going to be open. And that's exactly what you saw there. That's just textbook offense out of this Spartan squad.
You take a 5-point advantage. Dank, a physical drive, but can't get the finish. Had Luton pretty good defense on him. Now ahead to Lentz. Off to Luton. Back to Lentz on the left wing. Doesn't take the 3. Wraps it to Pompey on the baseline. Skip pass. Luton's open from the top of the key, and he will knock it down. I told you, this team can shoot the basketball. Luton knocks down his second triple of the ball game.
And Cookeville's got to be very careful right now.
Down by 8, and now they're trying to get it back going on offense. Had 15 first quarter points, 6:51 to play here in the second. Aaron, top of the key, back cut by Dink, got inside, goes up with the right, and cannot get the finish. Rebound inside by Knox Webb. Now they've got numbers if Swearingen hurries. Good job by Cookeville getting back. Torres may have traveled, hands it off on the drive. Lentz lays it up and in. You're signaling timeout. I think I'd have to agree. Giving up a quick 7 points to open the quarter. 25-15, they're down by 10.
And they've all been easy looks, and Jaron Davis hasn't touched the basketball in a long time.
Parsons got loose, doesn't take it. Out to Maxwell. That is a massive Gary Maxwell insurance 3 off the bench. He knocks it down and makes it 25-18 with 6:05 to play in the second quarter. On the right wing, Luton trying to answer. He's got it. Third one already of this first half.
Cookeville has got to make an adjustment on the defensive end. So many open looks right now, and this is not a team who will miss open looks, as you're seeing.
Here's Heron on the right wing. Davis had the mismatch. Heron takes the 3. It's deep, and the rebound down to Pompey. Here come the Spartans back the other way. Torres back to Lentz. Between the legs to Pompey on the drive. Throws it up to Swearingen, a little too high for him. He may have jumped a little too soon, and then we got a foul afterwards.
Well, and that's one. You got the problem of the alley-oop. But then once it goes up, everybody in a Navy jersey is just looking up saying, wow, that kid jumped really high. And he gets his own layup or his own rebound. And now it leads to 2 free throws. That's what will drive you crazy if you're Coach Hill. You got to go rebound the basketball. Even if they get free for the alley-oop, you got to go after it.
Bo Maxwell got tagged with a foul. Brady Casal will check in for the first time off the bench. He got used a little bit in that York game in their last win. He's in for the first time tonight against Knox Webb. Swearingen at the line, now 4 of 4 from the stripe.
I don't think Jaron Davis has touched the ball in the half court in this quarter.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And now we've got a timeout taken. Cavaliers burn a 30-second timeout. 5.5 to play here in the second quarter. 30-18. Knox Webb has quickly advanced their lead out to 12.
You want to have a show tomorrow night?
Yeah, we should do that.
Should do that.
Should.
You going to plug it?
Yeah. A basketball, football show coming up tomorrow night. It'll be the final football show of the year. There is no football after Saturday. We have one more game remaining, and it is the biggest game of the year. The Macon County Tigers trying to win their first ever 4A state championship, first ever football state championship, no matter the classification. They've never been there. This is the first time there. Take it on Melrose. They have been there. It's been some time, but they have been there, and got a pretty talented running back who also plays quarterback. Macon County is a pretty talented team.
You know, I think the thing about Melrose is their ability to run so many different offensive plays. The scheme is really something.
It's a good way of putting it.
We're going to have fun on the show tomorrow when I try to break this down.
They do run a lot of offensive plays, a lot of difference.
I'm not sure they actually run any offensive plays. I think they just snap it and say Jamarian and go crazy.
It's backyard football.
It's crazy.
Out of the timeout, Cookeville with the basketball down by 12. That's not a knock against them. Obviously, they made their way here.
I've never seen anything like it in my entire life.
It's just very hard to prepare for them. Here's Jaron Davis. Lost the basketball on the spin, picked up by Young. He can still dribble. Now back out to Denk.
Oh, we can dribble when you're in Cookeville.
True. Here's Davis again. Thought about the three. They're guarding him tightly. They know he is that go-to guy. Now Casal, top of the key, off to Redding on the wing. Need some of these supporting cast members to get in on the action. Good defense again by Webb.
That's the matchup you want.
Here is Davis for another three. Gary Maxwell Insurance threes in the first half. And a big shot right there.
And a clear adjustment from Coach Hill. You got to get it to 12. Even if they're denying the basketball, find a way to get the basketball in his hands. He's your best chance to spark a run.
30-21. They cut it to 9. On the outside, a new player in there is Schuler Huck. 4.5 to play here in the second quarter. They're going deep into the bench. They also brought in Darren Taylor. He played in the JV game a little bit ago. And on the drive, Lentz misses. Rebound down to Davis. Now Denk.
No.
And they called a travel. I don't know if I agree with that one. If we're calling that one a travel, there's a lot more travels that go missing.
Guess who called it?
Yeah. 4:16 to go in the second.
I don't think I'm getting a Christmas card.
You probably miss out on a lot of those.
I get very few Christmas cards. My wife gets several. I just don't get any.
Shavar Young with the basketball. Here is Huck. Now Lentz. 3:58 to go, second quarter. A push-off. They didn't call it. And the three is missed. Davis has the rebounds. Now ahead to Brady Casal. 3:50 play, second quarter. Denk drives inside. Kick out Casal. Doesn't take the three. He'll penetrate. Try to spin. Lost it. Back out to Redding. And now Davis will get the basketball.
This is a good matchup for him.
Picked up by, and goes right past his defender all the way to the hoop and lays it up and in. That's why the matchup's good.
And you see him move to the bench immediately for Knox Webb because that's a great matchup for Cookeville.
Yeah, that's a freshman on Davis. The senior on the drive is Lentz. He's going to be fouled. Denk was able to get a piece of it so it didn't go in. And they are going to get the foul on Brady Casal, his first. So Owen Lentz will be at the line here for a couple more freebies. Knox Webb has not missed tonight. They are 6 for 6. Lentz is 2 for 2, and they missed the first. You're welcome.
Announcer Jinx.
You're welcome.
Right there. Now, but see, here's the thing. They go back to some of the starters. I really don't think it should change for Cookeville. You got to continue to run through Jaron Davis. They're making it tough on him to touch it, but when he touches it, he commands so much attention that maybe he's going to find an open man somewhere else on the floor.
Well, Lentz will come out. Pompey is in. Torres is in. Luton is in. Young is still out there. Swearingen is back in. Leith hasn't been on for a while. 3:28 to play in the second quarter. 31-23 after the free throw. Pompey now on defense on Davis. Spins, kicks, Garrett. Out to Casal. Denk with the basketball. Skip pass now over to Garrett, top of the key. Picked up by Swearingen. Casal's got it again. Here's Davis. He's had the hot hand here in the first half. 13 first half points. Here's a three again. That one in and out, but a rebound by Casal. Couldn't get the putback. He was untouched through the air, but couldn't get the finish. 31-23 on the drive. Young, a little too much going on, and stolen away. Now Denk ahead of the pack. numbers if he hurries. Takes it inside, lost it on the way up, and Houston
out.
Torres,
Yeah.
he had a foot out of bounds, didn't get established when he came back in. It was a heck of an effort, and Cookeville will keep it on the right baseline.
Chaotic sequence
Stepped out with that right foot, didn't get back in time with that right foot. 2:41 to go second quarter. The inbound Davis. Down low Redding. He's got position and finishes. Nice play.
And a great timeout by Coach Hill. They're so much better on the offensive end after he burned that timeout. They've taken a 12-point lead back down to 6.
31-25, 2:28 to go here in the second. Almost a turnover. Torres now on the drive to the basket. A lot of contact, and there is the foul. Casal again.
We know Houston Torres lights out
Yep.
free throw shooter, but
Yep.
he's got the speed as well, and he just fell asleep a little bit expecting maybe a 3 or a pass.
Casal tagged with the foul. It is his second. And Torres will be at the line for a couple of shots here with 2:22 to play in the first half. But tell you what, Cavaliers holding their own right now, down by 6, 31-25. And they're shooting the basketball a lot better than they did last year in this gym. They could not buy a bucket in the second half.
That was my turn for the announcer jinx on the missed free throw.
Sophomore, played a lot tonight, hadn't scored yet. Again, a transfer from Cumberland County, played this Cavalier team in game number 1 a year ago at Cookeville. And the second free throw good. Yeah, he was a very talented player with the Jets. And now here at Knox Webb. 32-25 after the made free throw by Torres. 2:17 to play in the second quarter. Davis on the drive, right past Torres. Missed it, out of bounds, and that'll stay with the Cavaliers. He just bullied his way inside.
Well, he's got the size advantage, and he's so quick. Just go up. Did everything right, just didn't get the finish.
Down by 7, 2:12 to go in the quarter.
Man, a 3 here would be huge for Cookeville.
Redding looking around, out to Garrett. It's a team that can make threes. Davis backs it out. He'll take the 3, and that one's off the mark. Had Swearingen defending him. Now ahead, Lentz across the timeline. Off to Pompey, right back to Lentz. Under 2 to play in the first half. Down to a cutting Torres, lays in his first field goal. 3 points on the night now for Houston Torres.
And they just caught a Cookeville defender looking the wrong way on the dive in, and there's already help defense. If he turns, he finds Torres no problem, but a nice job there by Houston Torres to get free.
Back up by 9 are the Spartans. Cavaliers with the basketball. Dank lost it. He was wide open on the way to the basket. A little bit behind him on the pass. Now Lentz ahead of the pack. And Redding got a piece of it. Swearingen able to track down the basketball, though, and throws it to Torres. One more pass. Lentz is wide open. Doesn't take the 3, drives in, and he gets the lay-in to go.
Yeah, Coach Hill wanted that closeout to be just hand up. He didn't want you to leave your feet, because when you did, you allow that open run around you down the baseline, and all of a sudden this Knox Webb team, man, they can fill it up in a hurry.
Owen Lentz, 9 first-half points. 1:03 to play in the second quarter. Back up by 11. A Redding 3. That one misses, and the rebound down to Knox Webb. Here come the Spartans ahead. What a pass to Luton, and he will miss it. Rebound tipped around. Redding's got it, and he throws it to nobody.
He was looking for Jaron Davis, and Davis he's really having to fight in the half court. He needs a breather.
Yeah, they take him out. He'll get the extended break, the super extended break with halftime coming up. 48 seconds before the break, and who knows, if they get the basketball back, he might be coming back.
Yeah.
You never know. But on defense right now, he's going to get the break. 36-25. Cavaliers would love a stop right here in their zone defense. They have struggled at times against the half-court offense of Knox Webb. It's a very talented offensive 5. Pompey inside, lays it in right past Redding, the smallest guy on the court. And a steal. Swearingen's got it. He'll go up and miss the lay-in. Almost got his own rebound. It's out of bounds. And again, it's going to stay with Knox Webb underneath. Who knows? Because it's the same official. If that was the right call or not.
I got minus 240 that it was not.
26.3
that
seconds. Inbound
juiced.
Swearingen, and he lays it in. Swearingen's had a great first half. 17 seconds to play. It's now a 15-point advantage. Bo Maxwell being hounded by Pompey. There you got to get it across. And finally, Dank does. Dank inside, lost it. Parsons keeps it. No, he did not. Out of bounds. 4 seconds to go. And a timeout taken by Coach Norris to talk it over. They're going to take a full timeout.
And this is where a young basketball team you just learn as you go, right? You're in a good spot a few minutes ago, 6-point game. Then you're in a not great spot when it's 9, and you've just fallen asleep in the last 45 seconds. And you're like, oh, we're so close to halftime, it's okay. And it's a 15-point game. It could be 17 or 18 in the next 4 seconds, right? These are the sequences in games against really good teams where you can lose, right? Last year, these are the sequences where Cookeville would shine. You get a big Josh Hurd 3 or a Jalen Hurd 3 or a Colin Ayers layup. And it's just you learn that this is the time where you actually throttle down because you're about to get your break. You don't need your break now, so we see a couple of lackadaisical passes, some turnovers, and that focus you had in the first minute of the game is not there, and a team like Knox Webb puts you down by 15.
40-25 with 4 seconds to go in the half. Coach Norris wants a timeout for the Spartans to draw up a play, trying to build their lead. It's a 9-0 run right now for the Spartans. It was 31-25 in favor of Knox Webb. You said it. Cookeville cut it to 6 after being down by 12 after that timeout. And now they're back down by 15, and Knox Webb has a chance to tack on a few more here at the end of the half with 4 seconds. Going to have to go about three-quarter court. Luton will inbound. Lentz and Pompey in the backcourt. Leith is back into the basketball game for the first time in a long time. They throw to Swearingen. Hand it off. Pompey for a 3 try. That one a little too strong, but that was a beautiful play drawn. And an open look for Jalen Pompey. Just couldn't knock it down. Our halftime score, 40-25 in favor of the home team. Knox Webb on top by those 15 points. Our first half today presented by Double Precision Landscaping and Lawn Maintenance. Happy Hiller halftime show coming up after this on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
All Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. All Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. All Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
931 Sports Cards and Collectibles is your one-stop shop for sports cards, Pokemon cards, sealed product hobby boxes, and more. Whether you're just wanting some more memorabilia or you're a seasoned collector, the experts at 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles have what you need. Stop by 620 South Jefferson Avenue, Suite 208B in Cookeville from 12 to 6 Wednesday through Sunday, or 10 to 6 on Saturday to see their incredible selection. 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
When you order delivery from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium two-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home on Links Drive in Cookeville. With 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms at a prime location, this could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement. And start a career where memories start with you.
Halftime here in Knox Webb. Our halftime score 40-25 in favor of the Knox Webb Spartans. This is the Happy Hiller Halftime Show. Visit happyhiller.com for all of your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. My name's Jacob Vincent. That's Noah McKay. Cavaliers played a pretty good first quarter. Cut the lead to 6 in the second quarter, and then it started to slip away late in the second half.
And even in, they were down 9 with like 50 seconds to go. And just kind of fell asleep. And Jaron Davis had to come out of the game. He was totally gassed. He was blown up. And they gave up a big run, a 6-0 run. And that's just a totally different feel. You go in down 9 or 11, you're like, okay, we got a shot here. Now you're down 15. You need an early run. And this is a team, once they start to get rolling downhill, they can bury you. So Cookeville's going to be very careful here. Jaron Davis, he should be feeling a little bit refreshed after that halftime break. See if he can spark something here. But all in all, not the worst half for Cookeville. Really solid start for them. We'll see if they can build on it here.
They're also without Joseph Owens. Conversely, for Knox Webb, no Taj Bowers for them. And Alex Leaf appears to maybe be out for the rest of the second half, who was their 6'7" kind of big guy down low.
And I'll tell you where the Joseph Owens thing really hurts is on the defensive end against a team like this.
Big time. Cavaliers start out with a first inside Dank, and he couldn't handle the pass. It was really not a bad pass at all. Davis kind of rifled it in there, but Dank just kind of lost it.
Yeah, it's the exact pass it had to be, because if it's any slower, then the defender has time to get there. So just a bobble on it there for Cookeville, unfortunately.
You can see Davis just a little bit frustrated with the miss inside. Houston Torres gets the start here in the second half with the absence of Leith and a blocking foul called on Jalen Dank as Swearingen was in there.
Yeah, Swearingen real explosive, and Dank just got the knee out a little bit. He caught it on the way past.
First foul called on Dank 20 seconds into the quarter. Got basketball on Thursday. As Upperman will be at Oakland. Good early season matchup, especially for the girls. Here's Luton outside. That one's off the mark, but an offensive rebound in the hands of Lentz. Back out Swearingen. One more pass to Houston Torres for a three. In and out. Halfway down it went. Jaron Davis with a rebound. 7:26 to play here in the third. No score from either side. Right wing pass for Heron. Now into the corner, Jaron Davis. Down low, Redding. Got a bit of a mismatch with Pompey. Missed it. On the way back up. No. Out of bounds. And that is Knox Webb basketball going the other way.
Just got to take a second. And it's an easy lay. Just rushed it just a little bit.
7:12 to play here in the third quarter.
I think I said the word just like 45 times in a 10-second span.
It's like me saying as well at the end of a show, trying to close it out. Here's Torres on the drive. Kicks it out. Now Pompey to Lentz. Swearingen on the right side. Hands it off. Pompey in the corner, picked up by Davis. Trying to get the mismatch inside. They finally give it into Swearingen.
He's got 2 hands on the jersey.
He's got Lane Garrett. He got it out of there. Outside to Lentz. Nice shot fake. He rises up for the jumper and missed it. But the rebound finally hauled in by the Cavaliers, and Dank is going to be fouled by Owen Lentz. Lentz picks up his first. Not too many fouls there in that first half. And already a couple of them whistled here.
And Cookeville, they're doing a good job against a very explosive team. They just got to make some of the easy ones because you don't get a ton of easy ones.
That one not a great pass and into a dangerous spot, stolen away. Pompey, bounce pass to Torres. Back out Pompey, 6.5 to play here in the third. Skip pass over to Lentz. He's been strong with the basketball in his hand tonight. Down low to Luton, and he took 4 steps and dunks it anyways. You do have to take a dribble.
That was a travel and a half.
But it puts him into double figures with 11, and a timeout taken by the Cavaliers. 6:14 to play in the third. Biggest lead of the night at 17 and a full timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. Back after this, our second half presented by 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present the Goff Ridge Resort at Center Hill Lake, featuring homes and large level building lots. Homes starting in the 290s and building lots starting at $42,900. The lots are soil tested and approved with utilities at the road and are ready for you to build your dream home. For more information, contact Realtor Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
$6:14 to go here in the third quarter. 42-25.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Well, that's
4.
the background music.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I thought we were talking about the music.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Steps before that dunk.
Changes the game a little bit when you can take 4 steps.
I mean,
hey, shout out to the kid for the dunk, though. That was sweet.
Sweet dunk. After
illegal.
4 steps.
It was illegal.
I mean, goodness.
Bryce Heron was also not in the backcourt there.
This is a country of laws.
Well, 6:11 to play here in the third quarter. Cavaliers down by 17. Lane Garrett a 3. That one misfired. Out of bounds. And the Cavaliers will keep it underneath. 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Again, really good first quarter for the Cavaliers. They had a lead. Down by 6 in the second quarter and has just started to get away from them. Inbound it to Garrett out top. Davis trying to get loose inside. Throw it to Heron in the corner. He drives, pulls up from the baseline. Can't get the finish. And the rebound down to Lentz. He's been a difference maker in this one tonight. Here's Pompey. Off to Lentz again. Gets a screen from Swearingen. Picked up by Davis. Around the horn. And Swearingen catches. Looks inside, has Heron on him. Jabs and drives left side. In the corner, Luton. He's got the hot hand. Misses it that time. Poked away from Pompey from behind. And Knox Webb has another possession. Redding wasn't strong with the basketball. Swearingen inside, got blocked 2 times. And Dank comes up with the basketball. Here comes Walker Redding now. Nice job by Redding and Dank teaming up for a couple of blocks. Redding into a triple try, in and out. And Garrett the rebound for the Cavaliers. Now Davis, he's open. Shot fake to Redding. Drives in. And stolen away. Here comes Luton. 3-on-2 to Lentz. Inside, left-handed lay is good.
Just no margin for error right there. You've got to have a more solid inbound pass. There's just no margin of error against a team like this. And you start to stack those mistakes, as Jared Davis got to be careful. He's frustrated, but slammed the ball down.
Defensively, they're actually playing pretty well. They've
They
only
are.
given up 4 points, but they have not scored here in the second half.
Committing these turnovers that they can't afford to have. It's just been tough.
You could throw a baseball pass right now, and 2 guys are wide open. Here's Davis. 4:50 to go in the third quarter. Heron across the timeline. Dangerous pass. Garrett's got it. Back to Heron. 44-25. Biggest lead of the night for the Spartans at 19. Hand off to Dank. Tries to get around the corner. Spins to the left hand, and he is fouled. And for the first time tonight, the Cavaliers will head to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line.
Lady Cavs went once.
In the second half.
And now Cookeville's gone. The Cavs have gone
once. Foul's called on Shavar Young. It's his first.
I mean, you got to tip your cap to be able to defend without fouling for 64 minutes.
It's impressive.
Super impressive. I mean, we got to have a seminar out here.
For the officials or the defense?
Whichever one.
Okay.
Take your pick.
Luton comes
I'll
out.
host the official one.
Dank misses the second. He knocked down the first. 1 for 2 from the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Our broadcast Saturday will be more serious. Well, maybe. 3
I hope so.
is no good. Lentz on the drive. Comes to a stop, and he will be fouled. It's a good jump stop there as Heron was off balance. And will be tagged with a foul. It's his first.
What's Saturday?
Pretty big broadcasts coming up. Normally our biggest broadcast of the year.
Who's doing that?
All of us will be doing
true.
that. All of us.
That's
It'll be
a good
myself, Noah McKay, Justin Matheny, Jeremy Tollison. Hallie Ledbetter will be down on the sideline. I'll be the spotter, the game day host. You'll be on play-by-play, and then Justin and Jeremy be on color commentary.
I'm going to be doing some yelling. I can promise you that.
Inside, Lentz on the drive, missed it, rebound up and in. It's Javon Deary, a sophomore, hadn't played a whole lot tonight. And the Cavaliers really struggling to take care of the basketball.
This is the difference between a team like Knox Webb. They are not taking a second off on defense, and they know they have an opportunity to flip possessions on these inbounds passes, where typically you can kind of jog back there and throw it in. Not against this team. They're deploying the press very effectively.
It's a 20-point game, and a foul is called on Lentz. Just kind of got in the way of Davis there. Didn't allow him any room to land. Second foul called on Lentz. It is the team's third here in the second half. Swearingen comes back in for Lentz. 3:56, third quarter. Cavaliers trail by 20, 46-26. Again, very, very good Knox Webb team. Similar to Stone Memorial, first game of the year. Here's Maxwell, top of the key. Throw it to Heron right side. One-handed pass to Dank now. Maxwell, three ball, off the mark. Rebound tipped around, and Torres has it for the Spartans. Brings it across the timeline, slows it up to Pompey. Wide open was Young. You wanted him to cut to the basket. Swearingen tries a three. That's off the mark. And Davis has the rebound. Again, fairly good defensively. The offense just hadn't been there yet here in the second half. Davis on the drive finally gets a field goal to go. It's their first one of the second half with 3:18 remaining.
Yeah, just textbook isolation, clear out the paint, let your best player go to work.
He's got 15. Swearingen on the drive, right past Davis. Davis rises and finishes.
Now that was some verticality. He got straight up and just dropped it through. Impressive athleticism.
He's got about 30 fans in attendance there on the bleachers. You can kind of see it there past the right wing of the Cavaliers. Oh. And a hard fall underneath.
He got hit up high. Nothing intentional, but just a collision at the very top.
I think it was Shavar Young that got tagged. No, they said white 3. Oh, yeah, it was Swearingen. Sorry.
Jaron Davis is feeling it.
And he can get up there, and he is slow to get up, and that is not the player that you want to see go down for the Cavaliers. He's going to get to his backside, and we'll step aside. 2:52 to play here in the third quarter. 48-28, you're watching Cookeville basketball presented by 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles on the Watson Chevy UCR Media.
All Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. All Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. All Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Back here at Knox Webb, still the stoppage. They're working on Jaron Davis down beneath the basket. He appears to be okay. There was some blood that was on the floor, so they're cleaning that up. They're cleaning him up and making sure he's good to go. Looked like he took a shot to the face, so just making sure he's all right. Can't speculate, but obviously took a shot to the head.
Something is bleeding on his face, but he's sitting up. He's talking, so that's the good news. He didn't get knocked out or anything like that. So they had to clean up, as you said, the blood off the floor, and he's being tended to on the floor right now. And obviously for Cookeville, they need him on the floor, down by 20 points. The lone scorer in the half so far for the Cavs.
2:52 remaining, and just looking for that offense. He got a bucket there, 2 points for him. The only field goal in this second half so far for the Cavaliers. They've got a free throw from Jalen Dank, but only 3 points in this second half after trailing at halftime by 15, now down by 20. Defensively, hasn't been that bad. Only 8 points given up here in the second half so far. 48 on the ball game. You'd like that to probably be your final score given up, but defensively, at times, have been really solid. It's just been those few lapses here and there for this Cavalier defense.
Right, and this is why you play a game like this. If you're Cookeville, you're trying to figure out where your deficiencies are, and you see what happens when you face a really strong team. And, yeah, there's been some missed layups. That happens sometimes. There's been one missed free throw because they've only been to the line once. But some of the things that Cookeville can control, the inbounds plays, not just allowing an easy turnover off an inbounds plays, kind of getting too fast in transition against a team that has an athletic advantage on you in that transition. Excuse me. So those are the things that Cookeville can look at on tape and address in a hurry. And that's a good thing to happen 4 games into the season before you have to worry about district play here in a few weeks.
So they're putting a wrap around his head right now to hold on whatever bandage they put on. And so he's going to have a pretty gnarly look to him here at the end of the ball game. But for the Cavaliers' sake, they hope they can keep him out there on the floor. So that's why they're taking so much time to get him bandaged up.
And credit to the training staff here. These are the Spartans trainers. Very nice facility, as you would expect, where tuition is over $25,000.
And he's finally up and walking off after they get him patched up. And he's got a wrap around his head and a new look for Jaron Davis to end out this ball game. It's kind of right above his eye, so I'm guessing that's where he got hit. I wonder if that maybe throws off his depth perception just a little bit.
And if it's above his eye, one of the reasons it took so long is that is a tough place to get it to stop bleeding.
Yeah, just constantly bleeds.
That's where the UFC fighters are trying to cut open their opponents there. I'm not sure if it was an elbow or what, but it was going up for a rebound with Swearinger. And
he did get fouled. Swearingen picked up the foul. So the Cavaliers will get the basketball after this stoppage. 2:52 remaining. And it looks like he might be kind of halfway covering that right eye.
He may be done.
He's trying to kind of lift it up so he can see better. But he definitely took a shot. And we'll see how that changes things at the end of the ball game for the Cavaliers. No Joseph Owens.
It's
and
a 20-point game.
Yeah, now no Jaron Davis, at least for a little while. Him and Cam Swearingen dap it up on the sideline. Good show of sportsmanship there.
Yeah, as I said, it's clearly no intent there. You're going up for a loose ball, and unfortunately sometimes it is a contact sport.
So the Cavaliers will inbounds. 2:52 to play here in the third quarter. And give it into Redding, down by 20 are the Cavs, and inside Jalen Dank can't handle it again. It's been a few times they've been trying to get it inside, and the sophomore just been unable to catch the basketball. 2:48 to go in this third frame. After the long stoppage, maybe the Cavaliers use that to their advantage, see if it slows down Knox Webb's offense. Torres on the drive. Young, around it comes to Deary inside. Going deep into their bench again. Leith was injured in the first half. He has not appeared in the second half. Deary at 3. That one's off the mark. Swearingen's got the rebound. Didn't even have to jump. Kick it back out. Pompey catches. He'll try the 3 ball. That one's good.
Well, you asked if it would slow their offense down. That's a resounding no.
Jalen Pompey into double figures and now struggling to get the basketball in and turned over. Torres picks it off. Takes it out on the perimeter. Off to Pompey again. He just hit the 3. Now he drives to the basket. Kick out to Deary. And Jaron Davis is back at the scores table. Here's Shavar Young on the drive. A little too strong.
Tough kid.
Maxwell will bring it ahead.
Tough kid, Jaron Davis.
He's still trying to figure out that wrap around his head. He's right there at the scores table. Has it right above his forehead, right above his eyes. Maxwell inside. The turnaround is good.
Yeah, you can see the flashes for these young Cavaliers. It's just about putting it all together and kind of worrying about the little details that you got to get right.
Torres on the drive, couldn't get the finish. Basketball tipped around, and Torres comes out with it. Pass all the way over to Deary. Shot fake, drive in to the basket, lays it in for 2.
That was a great feed across.
Cavaliers bring it ahead. Dangerous pass is picked off by Young. Now Shavar Young with the basketball. One more pass. Deary just made a bucket and can't get the 3 that time. The sophomores getting some good run time here in the third quarter. In a 23-point ball game, 1:05 to go, and another turnover. Young stops, pops, 3-ball. Can't get it to fall.
Slow down.
Brady Casal trying to speed it ahead. Denk inside. Couple of moves, knocked away. Torres got the hand in there. Young, now the steal. And here's Deary to Pompey with 43 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Pompey fakes on the 3, puts it on the deck, takes the baseline jumper. He almost got it to fall. Would have been a really tough shot. Casal again in transition. And this Cookeville team is way too sped up. Swearingen takes it inside and blocked. Man, that was pretty good block by Denk. Swearingen will be at the line for a couple of shots.
I think you got him in the body on the way up. Knox Webb is doing a great job of being deliberate in the half court and speeding up Cookeville on offense. And for Cookeville, you have to be deliberate, and sometimes that means going quick, but not sped up, like you said. They're just way too sped up, trying to make the quick pass without really seeing what's going on in front of you. And it just hasn't slowed down for them yet against a super athletic. I mean, as athletic of a team as they'll face in the regular season in this Webb School team.
Swearingen misses the first of 2 free throws. Jaron Davis is back in there. Official makes sure he's good to go. He's there on the bottom of the paint on that high side. And the second free throw up and through for Cam Swearingen, who now has 13 points on the contest. Checking in for the first time tonight for the Cavaliers, Maddox Copeland, the sophomore. 54-30 with 23 seconds to go in the third quarter. Here's Davis. Hands it off to Copeland, who just checked in. Back to Davis again with 12 seconds.
He looks like he's got a blindfold on out there.
He really does. It is right above his eye. Might be covering half of his eye on his right eye. Davis on the drive, right into Swearingen. Can't get the finish with the left. And that'll take us to the end of the third. 54-30 is our score. You're watching Cookeville Basketball, presented by 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear DJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
"931 Sports Cards and Collectibles is your one-stop shop for sports cards, Pokemon cards, sealed product hobby boxes, and more. Whether you're just wanting some more memorabilia or you're a seasoned collector, the experts at 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles have what you need. Stop by 620 South Jefferson Avenue, Suite 208B in Cookeville from 12 to 6 Wednesday through Sunday, or 10 to 6 on Saturday to see their incredible selection. 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Knox Webb starts out with the basketball in our fourth quarter of action. 54-30 is our score. Here's Houston Torres on the left wing. Again, Jaron Davis is out there after suffering a hard fall. He got hit in the face. Him and Cam Swearingen have been battling all night long. Now Lentz with the basketball. Out to Torres. Back into the game is also Darren Taylor inside. Torres with a nice finish with the left. He's now got 5 points off the bench. Davis on the left wing. Now gets to the elbow. Torres comes to help. Bounce pass to Garrett on the drive. Poke from behind by Houston Torres. Man, he's been good tonight. He's been very good defensively. Has helped out on the offensive side. What a transfer that is for this Knox Webb team. Now Taylor with it on the left wing. He's looking for some help after picking up picking up the basketball. Inside, Deary on the drive is going to be fouled by Maddox Copeland. And it'll be 2 free throws here for Jaron Deary. And Copeland will pick up his first foul 1 minute into the fourth quarter in a 26-point ball game. So coming up tomorrow, we'll have our football and basketball show, the last one of the year for football at least. We'll continue on with the basketball show throughout basketball season, presented by Fire and Vine. Deary is good on the first free throw. Hope you tune in for that. Noah and myself will break down a lot of the basketball. We'll bring you the UC Top 5 for the boys and the girls. And then we'll get into the matchup between Macon County and Melrose in the 4A state championship game coming up on Saturday at 10 in the morning. We'll have coverage starting at 9:15.
Rise and shine, baby.
Early one. Had it last year. We're back again this year. Upper Cumberland football. Pretty good.
Not as bad as some people would lead you to believe.
Maddox Copeland knocks down a Gary Maxwell Insurance 3 from the top of the key. Makes it 58-33. 6:38 to go in the fourth quarter. Swearingen on the left wing. He's going to drive, get to the basket. Kind of got to the stutter step and missed it. Now Copeland driving the other way. Gets all the way to the basket. Kicks it out to Garrett. Mishandles it. Torres had a hand in there again. And back out to Jaron Davis now with 6:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. Davis top of the key will drive it left side. Copeland picks it up to Parsons for a 3 try. That one doesn't go. Oh. My goodness, that one got swatted out of the air and almost hit Heron in the face. Now Lentz at the other end. He got fouled hard by Maddox Copeland.
Hey, you got to foul, make it count, and he did. But
did.
I think he's okay. I was going to say, if he's slow to get up, that's not good.
Copeland didn't think he fouled him.
Ooh.
He did.
My friend
did foul him.
I respect the hustle. You fouled the daylights out of him.
Hey, he's getting some run time here in the varsity contest in the fourth quarter. He's already knocked down a Gary Maxwell Insurance 3. Owen Lentz at the line. And able to connect on the first. He's had a really good night. 4 different players in double figures for Knox Webb. Lentz has 12, 10 for Jalen Pompey, 13 for Cam Swearingen, and Wilson Luton has 11. And Luton really hadn't played a whole lot here in the second half either. Second free throw good. And it's similar to what Casey and I were talking about with Pickett County girls the other night. It's not a terribly deep varsity roster, so you still have to leave some of the starters out there. That's why Lentz and Swearingen are still out there. Houston Torres, I mean, he's a starter everywhere else. And on the drive, Garrett, but it's going to be an offensive foul. Torres takes the charge. Garrett tagged with his first. Pretty nice play drawn, but it's an offensive foul called with 5:45 to go in the basketball game. 60-33, and Walker Rudding will check in.
And just for the record, I got no problem with the call.
Yeah. He was set. He was there.
Yep. I mean, if I'm going to hate on all the other
campfire or s'mores going.
Hey, that's my lie.
Swearingen will inbound, full court pressure for the Cavaliers. Next up for Cookeville, the boys will take on Tennessee Heat on Friday, 6 o'clock start time for that. Girls are not in action until Tuesday when both teams are at Farragut on Tuesday next week. Here's Deary. He traveled, they let it go. He drives and finishes. Deary's had a nice second half. He's come in and has 8 points now off the bench. 62-33. 5:23 to go in the contest here in the boys' game. The girls fell in game number 1, 38-36. Led for almost all game until the final couple of minutes. Garrett in the corner lost the basketball out of bounds. Shavar Young and Luton getting set to come back in for the Spartans. Going to let this basketball get inbounded, and then they will head to the scores table. 5 minutes, 12 seconds on the clock. 62-33 is our score. Houston Torres will bring it ahead. Here's Swearingen. Trying to drive on Davis. Kicks on the wings. Deary. Torres again. Swearingen. Down low to Torres. What a feed. And he can't get the finish, but he is fouled. And Houston Torres will be at the line for 2 shots. It was a heck of a pass by Cam Swearingen. And the foul called on Maddox Copeland. Picks up his 3rd foul. It is the team's 4th with 4:51 remaining here in the final frame. Torres makes it a 30-point game. 6 on the night for Houston Torres as Swearingen and Lentz come out. That brings Luton and Shavar Young back on. So the starters are all now out. Leaf did leave the game in the first half with an apparent injury. as he came out with an ice pack on his knee. Torres misses the second free throw. 4:43 to go here. 63-33 is our score. And turned over and a foul. And, they get Walker Redding with the foul. Thought they were going to get Copeland. They do, actually. That is his fourth foul. He has only played in the fourth quarter. Had a buddy in middle school. Fouled out in 2 minutes.
How does that even happen?
He's a very aggressive player.
I found out of one game in middle school. Had a tough matchup. Made him count, though.
Maddox Copeland's making him count.
It's poorly officiated.
Of course.
Duh.
4:38 to go. Luton at the line, misses on the first. Luton, another one of those double-figure scores tonight. Hit 3 threes in the first half. He's now got 12 points after that made free throw. Checking in for the Cavaliers, Austin Teeters, a freshman for Bryce Herron. The Cavaliers going to fall to 2-2 before taking on normally a really talented Tennessee Heat team coming up on Friday. It is a homeschool team out of middle of Tennessee. As that three is missed by Redding. 64-33 with 4:20 remaining. On the drive, Taylor. Kick it out. Luton. Now Torres. Bounce pass. Looks down low. Taylor's going to take the deep two and knock it down. (66-33). His foot was on the line, so just a deep two for Taylor. Now Walker Redding with the basketball for the Cavaliers with 3:50 remaining here in the contest. Redding trying to create some space, and it's just taken away. Taylor just takes it right out of his hands. Darren Taylor with the basketball inside, right past the defense, and that got blocked about 3 different times.
That's a good block. The first, second, and third time for Cookeville.
Here's Dank. Right past his defender to the basket, and he is blocked. Up ahead to Deary, and Copeland takes it away. A couple of nice defensive plays, poked from behind, and Cookeville will keep it on that far sideline. 3:18 remaining here in a 30-point ball game. 66-33. On the left wing.
Their voice is going through it tonight.
It's not enough water throughout the day. A little bit dry. Down low, Redding. Stolen away. Here comes Deary. Ahead to Luton. He's got one dunk, and that one's going to be a lay. Just the easier of the 2-point variety. Jace Mitchell is going to head to the scores table for, I believe, the first time this season. That one's stolen away, and Taylor couldn't keep it in bounds. So Mitchell checks in for Walker Redding, a sophomore. 2.5 to go in the basketball game at 68-33.
And the clock is running.
And the clock is indeed running, so it is 35 for the running clock. We had the conversation earlier. I think we got confused because football is 30.
Yeah, it should be 30 in basketball.
It's 35 in basketball. Only in the fourth quarter.
Have you seen taken away?
0.
In the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
again.
0.
Yeah.
Torres thought he got a hand on it to poke it out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Cavaliers with 2 minutes to go here in the contest. Here's Lane Garrett to Copeland. One-handed pass to Teeters. Go to Garrett again. Now Dank. Teeters trying to drive. Comes to a stop. Dank on the right wing. 1:40 to play. Penetrates. Back out to Mitchell. Copeland a deep three from the left wing. That one's a little bit deep. And the long rebound in the hands of Teeters. Cookeville still has it. Garrett on the drive. Kick it out. Copeland, he's already hit one. Shot fake there. Now he drives on Torres. Throws it up at the right and missed it. And Torres has the rebound for the Spartans. 1:22 to play in the contest. This is Lentz with the basketball for the Spartans. Coming up next for Knox Webb. Both teams going to go play at Science Hill this weekend. And they'll play Morristown East. Should be a good matchup for the Spartans. And the Lady Spartans inside Young. Slipped, puts up the shot, missed it short.
It's maybe the first time I've said this during basketball season. It's just two teams in totally different spots right now. And you're seeing that It's a very young Cookeville team that has promise. They've got the potential, but they're just going to have to continue to get, grow into those little things that are the difference between the game being a 10-point game at halftime and a 15-point game at halftime. And just what do you need to do to generate some offense when your defense is getting you stops? Those different things that will happen for this talented group that Knox Webb doesn't have to work through anymore.
68-33. Cavaliers just moving the ball around here with 26 seconds to play. Throw it up there. That one doesn't fall, and that was foul, but it's 19 seconds to play in the game.
Good call, ref.
It's going to get let go.
Good call.
And Knox Webb is going to dribble it out with 10 seconds to play. So Knox Webb will stay undefeated. They're going to move to 6-0 on the season. Final score tonight, 68-33 in favor of the Knox Webb Spartans. Really good win for Knox Webb. Cookeville falls to 2-2 on the year, and their next chance will be against Tennessee Heat coming up on Friday.
Yeah, and for Cookeville, there were some good things they can build on out of this game. But the main thing with tonight is you figure out where your deficiencies are, where do you need to work on and get better at in the next month or so before you get into district play when you hope to be more competitive with some of these super athletic teams. So not the end of the world at all. You understand the challenge of tonight's game. You understand where you are, and now you go back to work tomorrow in practice.
Final tallies for both sides. For the Cavaliers, they were led by Jaron Davis, who did exit with an injury. He's still being tended to, and they're just checking him out before they head back to Cookeville. 15 points on the night for the senior, 5 points for Walker Redding, 5 points for Bo Maxwell off the bench, 3 of them for Jalen Dank and Maddox Copeland, and 2 points on the night for Bryce Herron. For the Knox Webb Spartans, they were led by Wilson Luton, who had 14 points, 13 for Cam Swearingen and Owen Lentz. Jalen Pompey had 10 points, and off the bench, 8 points Deary, 2 points for Taylor, 6 points for Houston Torres, and 2 for Shavar Young. The Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game, no?
Owen Lentz.
Owen Lentz going to be your Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game. Very good defense, handled the basketball, scored 13 points tonight as well for the Knox Webb Spartans. The Spartans improved to 6-0. They'll play Morristown East on Friday. The Cavaliers fall to 2-2. They will host Tennessee Heat. Boys only game coming up on Friday, 6 o'clock start time. The girls are back in action coming up on Tuesday at Farragut. The boys will be there as well. It'll start on Central time, or on Eastern time again at 6 o'clock, so 5 o'clock Central time start. And we'll have the broadcast coverage of both of those. 38-36, the Lady Cavaliers fell in.